Coming. Where's everybody? Am I trading on my own today? Trading on my own? Hello, Donald. Hello. Hello. Doo-doo-doo. Virus, hello. Dave, hello. Richard, good morning. Freebo, good morning. Alrighty. APM looks interesting this morning. Okay. SPRC. What is that? 280? 280 holds. AUUD sold off? Yes, it did. Today seems a little bit weird, actually. Today seems a bit sus. A little bit sus in the way that these things are moving. Yeah. Good morning, Bradley. Rusty, good morning. Having to sit on your hands today out of trades until tomorrow, Rusty? That's okay. Lynn, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. The kids, good morning. Hello. Delete some of these. Bid in the ask. HOLO looks interesting, doesn't it? Please. The napalm here. Oh, yeah. I don't know what movie that is, if it's a movie. I was wondering what that meant. It's like, maybe that means, I don't know. Anyways, okay, let me pull up. Yeah, SOUN has done really well. My goodness, SPRC is breaking above $3 too, so that's good. At least we have some movement, some movement in these names here. AUUD, interesting. PRST has work to do. APM has been going up the bot, so that thing looks nice. It actually looks really nice. APM looks really nice. Damn it! I know. Don't worry. Well, no promises. You're thinking very heavy sell-offs this morning, then pop, like overall market. Well, if the S&P would crash, we wouldn't be talking about. But anyways, since NVDA only goes up, we only go up. Only up. Is the name of the movie Good Morning Vietnam? Okay. That name does sound familiar. Sounds very familiar. What's NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA is actually down $14. Okay, what the hell does the S&P have? What's SPY's business being green then? What a stupid thing. Anyways, what do we have reporting earnings today? Thursday. Costco. DocuSigns, MongoDB, MongoDB, call it MongoDB. So okay, let me take a look at Costco, green. It's had an interesting pre-market actually. Cool. Interesting. Okay, perfect. La. Good morning, Tesh. What's the news, Jasmine? Don't remember. I don't remember. Not sure they had news, but it was in Discord. So, Jasmine, come join us in Discord. Okay, let's do that. It feels like it's gonna be a slow day. I hope it's not a slow day, but we shall see. The results for let me take a look. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, okay. I need to send this link over. Invite. Let me see. I'm just looking through the news here. Okay. TikTok news is old now, so Elon predicts AI will likely be smarter than all humans combined by 2029. But India's economy is growing faster than predicted. Gold declines after PPI more than forecast. Down from sounds good. Actual point previous. Okay, perfect. Large. PPI and jobless claims. Cool. You're starting to move a bit? Okay, thank you. Thank you. That is a nice pop. That's a nice breakout. That is a nice little breakout. So $1.50, $1.45 was the breakout. Top of the supply zone at 160, but yeah, nice little breakout, Dave. On WIMI. Yeah, we need something to take over. Otherwise, it might just be a slower day today. Which we obviously don't want. CCTG. We talked about CCTG. Was it last week? I think it was last week, right? Why? Because the chart looks beautiful, right? So obviously we talked about this bottom, right? This is the daily, by the way, and if you look at CCTG, right, it's had an amazing run in the past, right? So and then sold off, and it's been consolidating at the bottom, right? Consolidate. Oh yeah, this is nice. The fact that we broke above the 9 in the kernel yesterday was a really good sign. This morning it's gapping up, right? So this is another one that should have been on your watch list, right? So yep. Good morning, Andre. Good morning. Good morning, Mo. Good morning. Okay, I think that's everybody. Right. So nice little gap up. So congratulations if you're playing with this thing. Blah 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 blah. Ready? That was a really nice close. Very very nice close. Not a huge range. It's been in. Yeah, the chart is nice, right? Especially with from $30. Yeah, $30 to $2.50, and then it just started consolidating, double bottoms, consolidating and curling. This morning it's gonna gap up to 450. So that's a nice little gap up. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one as the day goes on. See if it can give us more than just a gap up. SOUN had don't know if that thing has any more in it though until it breaks $10. CISO is done okay. It's still green this morning. Right. So if you're holding this still, you should be okay. Um, should be okay. Another one of the swings we talked about in Discord, right? So it should be fine. Holo looks interesting. The Holo has a lot of hype this morning. A lot of Holo hype. So if Holo can break above pre-market highs at $7.40, we might have something there. 740. If nothing shows up, I'm sure Holo is gonna run. AUUD had news this morning. It's one of these recent splits we've talked about. So it's had a really good morning, but then it's failed at resistance, obvious resistance. It's a triple top, double top, whatever you want to call it, at $3.90. So for now, just kind of waiting to see if we consolidate above the 200 and the demand zone at 330, and then crawl back up. That would be good. So we shall see. Please. Um, there we go. Ayo virus, ayo Jeffrey. Hello is gonna be big. Oh lordy. No, I just meant. I mean, Holo's curling there nicely, isn't it? Uh, Again, I just like what Holo's been doing this morning. I'm not saying Holo is gonna be big. I just like what it's been doing. Oh, Holo's like, I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. Holo says. So yeah, let's see. Again, we're gonna be watching this. So we're gonna be watching this. Good morning, Mister. La 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 la. And there goes Holo. It's almost like you guys are FOMO into Holo as we're talking about it. What are you guys doing? No FOMO, guys. No. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. What are you guys doing? It's here goes the hot trades criminals again, pumping it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Holo FOMO tomato tomato tomato. Oh my goodness. I mean, just because we talked about it doesn't mean you have to FOMO. That was a nice breakout, though. I think the volume is coming in because of the breakout. Because of the breakout, right? So left hand side resistance breakout. Guess what? Boom skis. People always get excited when stuff breaks out, right? Always, always, always. So will you play the breakout? Yeah, I know you guys FOMOed. I know you FOMOed. I know as soon as you see it breaking out, you're like, oh, let me in, please, let me in. Bulldog, ayo, good morning. How are you? How are yous? How are yous? We have something exciting to talk about today, guys. By the way, already, we have something super exciting to talk about. I'm gonna post it in Discord, but we can talk about it on stream as the day goes on. We have something exciting, like it's proper big. Alrighty, so yep. We have. I don't know if I mentioned the company on stream. We have the CEO of a company coming on Monday. Okay, and he's also a former JP Morgan. Anyways, so you can ask market maker questions. like, hey, how come we buy these stocks and they're shorted all the time? Because when we had a call, he was like, yep, this happens, this happens, this happens. So all your market maker questions, you're like, oh, but, and also obviously like the company itself, right? We have an amazing guest coming on for the first time. You guys all know who this is, but this is the first time you're gonna see him. Like, well, maybe not the first time we've seen your face, because he's posted pictures in Discord. Uh, so the most amazing genuine human I've met. Let's go, Josh. Josh is hiding.
There we go. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Josh.
Good morning. Good morning.
Why is it taking so long to do this?
Uh, Mainly because, probably because I'm lazy.
No, that's okay. How are
Yeah,
you, Josh? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. But it's funny. I was going to get up early this morning and be all ready for stream and stuff, and apparently my body decided that was not going to happen.
See, this is why I slack sometimes.
We all deserve to do that, Blaze.
Okay, no,
You
that's
know.
good. That's good. Did you sleep? Well, you obviously slept, but did you sleep all like a good night's rest? Or
Oh, it was
were you
wonderful,
watching
man.
Bitcoin?
Well, no. Bitcoin's boring right now. We've got that
Okay.
consolidation period
True.
that we're back into.
Yeah.
But I mean, for right now, I figure we've probably got through the end of the week for this, and then we'll get another leg up.
Yeah.
All of this is going to be a really slow grind here for the next year or so,
Yeah.
as
Which is
everybody gets positioned and
yes.
gets
Yeah.
their all their monies in the basket. I
All
mean,
the
everybody's
money.
trying to race retail right now.
Yeah.
If retail decides to blitz in at any given moment, it's going to throw the entire game off. And
Yeah.
because of the money flows that we've got right now, it's not like they can, they can't use their typical process of, sell their own shares to drop the price so they can pick it up cheap. There's just not enough volume in their bags to be able to do that. There's too many people trying to pick it up live right now. So
Mhm.
we're going to see these little legs of compression, and basically it's just an opportunity for Bitcoin to coil
Yeah.
and makes our legs, each leg, a little more explosive than the last.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of nights up watching crypto unless it is really moving.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed looking at the charts for this last run. Like in the past, you have these crazy up and downs. It's been way different this time. It's like up and then leg and then consolidate, in the same range, and then another leg up, which is really nice to see from a technical analysis point of view.
Well,
So
not even that, but it's been so much more comfortable to hold
yeah,
crypto in
yeah,
in this cycle.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, we've had a couple of capitulations that may have been a little scary for 24 or 48 hours.
yeah.
But ultimately, if you could detach from that emotion over the course of that period of time and just held on to your assets, um, we came right back to where we were each
Yeah.
time. It only took us a couple of days to get right
Mhm.
back to that level
Exactly.
again.
Exactly.
So, and I watched a lot of people shed a lot of positions and then got caught chasing it back up again.
Which
And
is
this is
what they
one of the
want.
reasons. What's
Yeah.
that?
Which is what they want.
That's exactly what they want. Look, you guys, the more Bitcoin we hold and we draw off of the market, the higher price they're forced to pay for it. And this is kind of the philosophy that I've been carrying since the beginning. With major banking institutions coming into cryptocurrency, this changes the entire game.
Mhm.
And you have to understand historically, what the impact of major financial institutions in a new type of asset class or a new type of investment class has done for that particular sector. And
Mhm.
the best example, obviously, that I can give you is going to be FANG, right?
Mhm.
At the beginning of the internet, you had everybody from, even Larry David has made content about or commercials from back in the day when he used to talk about all these brand new technologies. He was the hater of every brand new technology and said that the internet would never be a thing.
Yeah.
Computers would never be on every desk, and here we are. We carry these things around. It's the most
Yep.
powerful computer we've ever seen. You know
It's
what I mean?
evolved now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is kind of that initial stage, and the philosophy that myself and many of the other traders in my group are taking is that, you know, we want to front run and position ourselves in just such a way, and this is one of the reasons that I had that $70,000 cap for my purchase on Bitcoin. We wanted to position ourselves in just such a way that we're going to be below the minimum purchase value, below mass adoption. So once we have that mass adoption, that's really going to set that minimal level, that low end where buying Bitcoin is going to be a perfectly safe thing for you to do. And obviously no investment truly is perfectly safe, but we're going to find some incredible support levels. Certainly 70,000 has proved to be one of those levels for us. And ultimately, because much of the buying, the majority, in fact, of the buying in these large institutions has come above 60,000, at the very least, we've got the new floor of 60,000 because these institutions do not lose money, guys.
Yeah.
This is not a situation where we can go in and we can short these assets the same way that we can stocks. And because of the way that liquidations work in the crypto industry, and because there are powerful forces that carry a far greater bag of crypto than any of these financial institutions, you guys, you have to keep in mind, we've got origin players in this business that are going to be supporting the bottom end of cryptocurrency by continuing to load into their bags. And every time that we get these sell-offs and we see that fear start to appear, we see that greed rating starting to come down in scale, we're going all in. Because the idea is, if we are truly positioned prior to the mass adoption period, where, you know, the 22 ETFs are being approved in Hong Kong, the UK ETFs, or ETPs rather, they call them something different there. The ETPs coming out of the UK. There are so many tailwinds coming into the crypto industry right now that it's very, very easy to position yourself in nice, secure, you know, A-rated projects and have a good place to just kind of park your money if you're that 401k type of investor. The other side of it is, because everyone is still trying to position themselves, we're getting a great deal of these, you know, small volatility moves, 15%, 20% are altcoins, where previously we would have had opportunities to pick these up at 30, 40, 50, 70% discounts from their highs when we see this Bitcoin capitulation.
Yeah.
So, and right now we're just not seeing that. We're seeing a structure being built beneath all of the crypto industry. It's not just on Bitcoin. You know, if in fact the altcoins weren't being supported in the same way, we would have seen a far more drastic capitulation in the altcoins each time that we saw Bitcoin sell off.
I think so too.
Yeah. So I think we've got a really ironclad industry being built around us. And for those of you that have been, you know, kind of following along in the crypto general channel, you guys should all be doing exceptionally well. And I'm really proud of some of the conversation that's going on in there. It seems like people are kind of, you know, bringing us back into that bull market mode.
Yeah. You've been pounding the table for the last, what is it, a year now in the crypto channel?
So I started screaming at you guys in November of 21, November of 22. Yeah, when we finally hit rock bottom. I think we hit 15.8.
Yeah.
I came in and screamed in the channel like, it's time, it's time, it's time. So, and yes, I have been pounding the table. Blaze, just so you guys all know, Blaze would be a multi-millionaire if he had listened to me.
It's true. It's true.
But you know, I'm white.
But we'll get.
Or maybe, you know what? Maybe it's my height. It may just be the fact that I'm too
it's because
tall.
I'm always getting
hear
roasted
the message,
for
it passed right over his head.
Yo. Yeah, these guys would be really proud of you. Oh my goodness.
Hey, this is great, you guys. Holo's looking amazing again this morning.
It is.
I don't know what's up with these criminals. How do you guys make so much monies?
I like that you're here, Josh, because then now I can just, you know, you can see the comments still, right, in the chat?
No, I got to open up the other YouTube channel.
Okay. No, so open up the so there's a tab on the top right that says comments.
Really?
It shows you all the comments.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Look at Tej. Tej, listen, that wasn't for you, buddy. Okay.
So Nosotros had a question though. I think this might be a really good question for you because,
Oh,
yeah, there you go on screen.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Nosotros, I'll tell you what. The most constructive way to enter into crypto right now, genuinely, is just DCA. My recommendation has been the same for all of my friends and family that have decided at this point, right, that they want to jump in, and it's all about DCA. My recommendation will always remain the same if, in fact, you have that long-term perspectives.
Mhm.
Look, at the end of the day, we're not prepared for day traders to come into the crypto market right now.
Mhm.
There's just not enough moving. And unless you have all of your infrastructure already set up, you've got your wallets, you've got your cash in each wallet, in Ethereum, in Binance, in Solana, whatever it might be that you need to exchange. Unless you're entirely set up with that, coming into the market is well, I mean, it's going to be kind of an arduous thing. And you're not going to see these exceptional, 100%, 200%, 500% gains for probably a little while. I think we're at that stage now where everybody's kind of repositioning after the first massive leg up in altcoins, and we may see a little bit of an exchange from one to the other, for cash flow. And we're seeing this quite a bit where, even in the same genre or same sector, we're seeing one asset run and the other asset sell off. And it can be a bit of an arduous process. So my advice genuinely would be this: go in slow, go in steadily, have a plan, make sure that you keep your mental stop losses in place, or be trading on a platform where you can set stop limits. And at this point, I would spend more focus going into solid projects, the A+ projects, things like Chainlink and Solana and Near and Arbitrum, Uniswap, the major projects that are staples for the crypto industry. And you just take your time entering into those positions. Okay, that's how I would recommend coming into the market now. There will be a period of time, and I mean, if you're a really ballsy investor, and you see things in the crypto industry like I do, I couldn't care less what happens over the next 3 months. My targets are November of this year and November of 25. In November of 25, one of two things are going to happen. I'm either going to cash completely out of the industry and do what I had intended to do, or the industry is going to show me that it is moving in a different direction, and then I'll have to reassess my plan. But at this point, I'm still operating under the same premise that this is going to be a cycle that will mimic all of our previous cycles. So while I don't truly believe in my heart that we're going to see the same type of market sell-off next year, after the altcoin season and all that stuff, while I don't necessarily think that or believe that we're going to go through that, I'm still planning on it being that way. If we get indications that we're going to go into a super cycle, a long extended cycle in cryptocurrency, then I'm going to be very, very focused. Excuse me. I'm going to be very, very focused on building things as fast as I possibly can. And at that point, I'll be dumping into the projects that are working exceptionally well for me. My number one project for this entire cycle is going to be Solana and all of the alts on the Solana chain. It seems to be the hottest topic on people's minds. Fast building chain, and everybody is coming in on it. Not to mention, big thing for crypto projects, guys, is the transaction fees and the capacity for being able to get your hands on those altcoins. Solana is simplifying things in the crypto industry, unlike the other projects. Okay, and their infrastructure is built in such a fashion that their scalability exceeds everything else, basically, that I'm seeing. Is it an Ethereum killer? No, I don't think there's any such thing as an Ethereum killer. Ethereum is a mainstay staple in cryptocurrency. Keep in mind, it is the second largest. But at the same time, I am expecting that there's going to be a bit of a cash exodus and moving into that Solana project.
Yep.
Putting your money into Bitcoin. Make sure that you are buying some Bitcoin. Look, I understand that you're not going to get the same degree of returns from Bitcoin that you might from something like Bonk or SHIB or along those lines. The difference is you're going to get a higher degree of security from it, and certainly now that you've got the support of BlackRock, right?
Yeah. You mentioned that you're planning on cashing out in 2025 and doing what you intended to do. What is that? Buying the racetrack in Vegas, or what's that? I hope that's
No. It's been a long road,
okay.
and I think I think I'm getting close to that time where it's time to hang up the hat and and maybe enjoy my life. Like, I enjoy my life. I have an exceptional wife. I have an absolutely wonderful set of 5 children. I've got a grandchild coming. So, my focus really next year, I think, is going to be full on retirement. I was fortunate enough that my wife took me out of a 22-year-old life-sucking, soul-sucking career in the restaurant business, and convinced me that, hey, you're pretty good at this. Maybe you should do something with it.
Yeah.
So, and I think after all these years, man, I'm ready to relax. I don't want to get up in the middle of the night and be like, oh my God, how's my crypto doing? You know what I mean? So, and I'm not even worried about the downside. I get so excited, you guys, about this stuff that it will literally wake me up in the middle of the night, even though the market's closed.
Yeah.
And there are days where I get up just to check my CLSK and it's Sunday.
Yep.
So
that's not healthy. That's Peter addiction levels.
Exactly, man. It's exactly.
Yeah.
This is like Joe in futures. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. So,
So,
Peter will check futures on a Saturday morning. So yeah, that's not healthy.
they don't. Well, I'm so glad that at least they give you a day off with options. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is funny because you see the futures traders there on Sunday at like 3 p.m.
Yep.
just waiting,
Ready
tapping
to go
on their keyboards. Yep.
But Peter, anyways, no, Josh, I'm glad you're on because then you can talk and then I can just look for scalpies.
You can do your TA and stuff.
Yeah, no, I can do some trades and not pay attention to the chats, and then yeah, we can do that interview on Monday. That should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Really,
I think it's going to be really interesting. That the company looks really neat, man. And like I was saying yesterday, if in fact they can live up to the hype, right? I mean, this is definitely a company that would have an immediate need to fill within the crypto industry at the very least. And I mean, that's not even considering like the data server centers and everything else that could utilize this technology.
Yes.
I think it's really remarkable.
Yeah, it really is cool. So make sure you tune in on Monday at 11 Eastern time. Cool stuff coming. You should be very excited. Very, very excited. Let's go. Let me refresh this gainers list one more time here. See if we can find anything good. There really isn't anything new on it. Everything on this list, Josh, is AI. AI this, AI that. So
everything is AI, and it's gonna be, you guys. AI is the new narrative. It's the new shiny toy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I will say this, you guys. There are a lot of AI projects out there, a lot of pump and dump projects out there, especially on the stock market. So be careful. Exactly. Make sure you pay yourselves. Make sure you have your stops. All of the ad nauseum things that we say to everybody every day.
Yeah, especially this late in the cycle. When you have Nvidia go up 1,000%, and then these, almost like when you look at Bitcoin and then you look at the altcoins. Usually, when you have those altcoins running, the cycle is potentially coming to an end.
Yep.
Especially in stocks, in these meme stocks. So you really want to be careful. Good morning, Dan. Good morning. Good morning. Well, Josh can retire in 2 years. You can retire. You can retire in 20. Okay. Rubbish.
Yeah,
Anyways.
Jeff's still waiting for cryptocurrency to actually, make a move so that we can see our stocks,
Yes.
pay out the way that they're supposed to. The first leg up was awesome.
It
Like, I
was.
mean, all five of the miners ran like crazy in that initial jump from 40 to 60.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, I gotta say, since then, it has been like holding onto a fireball,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It has been. It
I
has
think
been.
quarter three is going to be powerful for miners
Yeah.
because it'll be the first earnings report where they're gonna be able to go through quarter two earnings where crypto's over 60,000. We're at this point or at that point, they're well into profit. I think 37,000 was the profit marker prior to the halving. So, and then of course that'll change to 74,000 after the halving.
Yeah.
So all of them were in profit for second quarter.
Yeah.
So any of those miners that were selling out BTC and weren't spending every penny of that on the new S21s to increase their efficiency, those guys are going to report some crazy earnings.
Yep.
And then quarter four, of course, I mean, dude, now that we're over $70,000, they're almost 100% profit on every Bitcoin they mine.
Yeah.
That's spectacular.
Yeah. Interesting, McZ.
Oh my gosh, Jeff, that's true, dude. My goodness. There is a pill for that, Jeff.
Well, you were supposed to tell Jeff this, like 5 years ago.
No, well, two, because he's got the munchkin now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, somebody should have told my wife and I too. We were a year and a half into planning our wedding when she found out that she was pregnant, and it was she was 6 months when she stood at the altar with me.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, nobody told us either.
Yeah.
So, and we were done raising kids. Like our kids were practically grown. They're going into high school or in high school, and we'll just.
Yeah.
I guess we were meant to be parents.
Yeah. Absolutely, Jeff. No, I don't think anybody would. It does seem like a bit of a slow day, doesn't it, Josh? Like we have, these AI pump and dump names, but really there's not a whole lot that's moving.
Well, I think the market's kind of in shock a little bit. We've had such just an absolutely amazing run. The melt up has been historic. And that I've been saying for a long time now. I think instead of the market crash, you guys remember back before the holidays, I was talking about the reverse market crash.
Crash, yeah.
Yeah. And sure enough, here we are. And ultimately, if people are wondering where this extra liquidity is coming from, our Federal Reserve is printed $4.5 trillion.
Yep.
And that's a lot of money to throw at the market. and that's exactly where that money goes. People wonder, they print all this cash. Where does it go? Well, I mean, the Fed invests it. It's part of their balance book. And naturally, they do that in a very different and very shady kind of way because they write the check to the government. The government writes the check to all of their subsidiaries. And then, it goes on and on from there. But I don't want to get into all that.
Yeah.
Financial
Speaking of DCA, take a look in Stock General from Lorenda. Stock General. She responded to your comments about DCA working with a really nice screenshot of her DCA position, and it looks very nice.
Stop it, Lorenda. Are you kidding me?
It looks very nice.
Say what?
Yeah. That is a
way
very
to
nice
go,
position.
kid. Way to go.
My goodness. Look at that.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. It's actually a really simple thing. If you're putting money into your savings account, do the same thing with crypto. But don't put it in the bank. Let me just put it to you like this. Here's a really simple mathematical measure to know whether or not you're putting your money in the right place. If you take your money and you put it into a standard savings account at a bank, banks will offer you, if you've got a super high yield savings account, a super high interest, like from a private credit union that's owned by the members, okay, you typically get about 1.4, okay. If you put it into a regular bank, it's 0.1. If you put that just into USDC, 4%. 4. That is 40 times the amount of interest you would earn from Wells Fargo or Bank of America. Okay? 40 times. That's 3 times what you would get from the very highest interest rate in a savings account at a member-owned credit union. Just in USDC. So the DCA process is really, really simple. People need to understand that we have a different vector in investment now. The Wall Street is not the only game. We've got an entire new industry where people are positioning themselves into it. And if you guys haven't been paying attention to the cash flows that I put into the crypto general, you guys, the writing is on the wall. There should be no question in anyone's mind where the big money players are moving their money to.
Monies.
And one principle has always remained true in investing. If you want to get rich, do what rich people do. And that's it. If you want to maintain wealth, surround yourself with wealthy people and do what wealthy people do. That's how this game is played, you guys. One of the reasons that networks like this, belonging to groups like Hot Trades, are so important is because all of these different philosophies can culminate into something truly beautiful. And what's one of the reasons that we're so heavy into the communication. We want to know what people are thinking about with their investments.
Yeah.
And we also want all of those people who are truly successful in their investments to come forward and share their strategies.
Yep,
because
exactly.
At the end of the day, your strategy may not work for me.
Yeah.
But part of your strategy may be something that I can implement into my own and improve my own strategy.
Exactly.
That's why these communities are so crucial.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, if you are looking for a good way or a good place to be able to park your money, USDC, might be a really great place to do that. Putting it into Bitcoin so that you've got some intrinsic growth value in your asset. It's not just going to be interest based, right?
Yes.
That's one of the reasons that I like some of these ETFs too.
Exactly. I think there's a video going around. It's a video of Warren Buffett. I think this might be like in the 90s or like late 2000s, and he goes, 99% of the population that tries to pick stocks will fail, right? So if you just if you took your money, and he used an example, like you took $10,000 or something like that, and you put it in the S&P 500 and you left it there, compared to trying to pick stocks or doing something else, you would succeed a lot more often than you would trying to. So yeah, the ETFs are really nice, and I think we've shown like a really good compound interest thing on stream at some point, and it works. Like it really works.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
And I keep a compound calculator or a compound interest calculator on my toolbar.
Yeah.
Because it's a good way. It's a good measuring stick. It's never going to give you a precise answer as to where you're going to be with any typical investment.
Yeah, exactly.
But for those of us that are investing for the long term, it is one of the crucial tools that you can use to make sure that you keep your eye on the prize and that you don't do anything prematurely.
Yep.
Because the last thing that we ever want to do is move out of an investment too early, only to have to go back in and chase.
Exactly.
And I'm seeing a lot of that right now in crypto. And I mean, an unbelievable amount of it. I believe in taking some profits, but what are your time horizons, right? And what is the true outcome? Like, for instance, Solana broke 170. I had people telling me, I've got to take some profits at 50. I got to take some profits at 50. It's going to fall. It's going to fall. And what did it do? It went to 100.
Boom skis.
Right. So, and now all those people are chasing it from a position they owned at $11, mind you. $11. Between 9 and 11 is when my group started buying. And sure enough, at $50, they're like, oh, I'm 400%. I'm good. I'm
Yep.
good. Everything's fine. Yeah, but dude, it's going to run 25 or 30 or 40x. Why would you do? We're not even remotely close to all-time highs. And we know all of these projects are going at least back to ATH. And no, I got to take these profits, man. I know it's going to crash. It's going to crash. And now you got half the position that you had.
Yep.
Right? And you had to spend every penny of that profit in
Yep.
order to catch that position.
So buy at the top.
It's investment capital.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so this is one of the reasons that I believe in these time horizons with such conviction.
Yeah.
You know, if you keep your eye on the time goal, what happens in between isn't going to bother you as much. If you know that you're into a good asset, you don't have to worry about time. You already know where it's going. You know, owning AMD and NVIDIA 10 years ago, you're a millionaire today if you were properly DCAing into that position.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So I mean, AMD just I don't even think it was 10 years ago. AMD was $8.
Isn't that crazy?
$8, you guys.
Isn't that crazy?
You know?
Yeah.
So, and it's like, why did you guys all like bail? You had such great positions, you know. But
Yeah.
this is kind of the nature of investing. And I've made this comment many times, and I suppose I'll just make it live on the stream so that you guys can I am not the same day trader that you're going to run into typically on these channels. I love to play these day trades with you guys, make no mistake. I love the monies. But at the end of the day, I carry a very different investment perspective, because what happens today is sort of nominal. And especially those of us that are raising kids, what we need to be thinking about is what happens when those kids get out of our house, you know, and what type of, or what kind of pile of resources do I have to support them once they're gone?
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of where I'm at now, only because I have an 8-year-old still. Otherwise, I would be into the second stage of my plan, which is what can I leave behind for them, right? So now I'm sort of amidst a little bit of both of those. The good thing is that there's a synergy between those two philosophies, because if I am saving for intrinsic long-term wealth, you know, for the sake of my children, it's going to give me that nest egg for the short term that I can draw from if, in fact, I absolutely need it. Exactly. So for me, it's never going to be, you're never going to hear me talking about get rich today. You're never going to hear me talk about this thing is going to go 5 million X next week. I don't do that stuff. You know, what I want to do is create long-term relationships with people and help them to generate long-term wealth that can't be touched by anybody. You know, and no matter what your scenario is, there is an opportunity for you to generate a massive amount of wealth. And if you guys understood my backstory, you would understand why I say that with such conviction. Yeah. Because believe me, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I've been a decade living on the street. So, and I mean that very literally, not figuratively. I'm not blowing smoke. I lived on the street. I was homeless.
Yeah.
And over time, simple DCA processes, guys. A little bit here, $10 a week, $12 a week, whatever it was, couple of shares of this, couple of shares of that. It can absolutely change your life. Yeah. You know, and it's just a process of saving. That's all there is. I can talk about this stuff forever if you don't stop me.
No, I know. Which I love, which I absolutely love. I mean, just look at that screenshot from Lorenda. Like, that's $34,000 in the past month. That's a month.
Yep.
You know, like it's That's
I'm up almost 100,000 in the last 2 months.
Yeah, like I've seen your screenshot.
It's getting silly. It's actually getting silly, and that's just like Coinbase.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I have to say, the portfolios are looking great. Yeah, there's a lot to be said about getting in early in a new asset class that major financial industry is interested in. Yeah. You know, as I said earlier, this is our FANG. This is our chance to do what our parents did not, right?
Mhm.
And if we do what our parents didn't, then the results will be the same for us that they were for those people that did. Does
Mhm.
that make sense?
It does.
Right now we're creating 1,500 millionaires per day in cryptocurrency. And we haven't even begun the actual bull cycle yet. Because if you guys don't know, or if you're unfamiliar with crypto, genuinely, the bull cycle typically does not start until after the halving. And normally it takes a month or two before we even get going. And you're not even into the heart of it until 6 months after. So it'll be September, October, November before we really see these just daily explosive moves
Mhm.
on everything. And you guys are going to know when we hit the heart of the bull cycle, it'll be impossible not to know. Because I'll be on here smoking 11 cigarettes in each hand. I'll have a main line of 2 pitchers of coffee on my head. Blaze has seen me in this position, so
Yeah.
and we're not really that far off from it. And so, but anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent. To go back to the original point, I think DCA is probably the very best way to enter. It is the very best way to manage your portfolio, if in fact you don't want to be fluid on it every single day.
Mhm.
Because it can be really arduous to go in there and watch pennies drop and rise. It can just eat your soul away, and it'll start to make you impatient. And I don't want to see people make decisions because they're getting impatient.
Exactly.
Oh, Robert, you are 100% right, brother. Absolutely 100% right. I mean, if you just consider like the OG Bitcoin wallets, guys like Michael Saylor that have been on since the beginning,
Yeah.
guys like Max, you they are the most powerful forces in cryptocurrency. And the likes of BlackRock and Vanguard and all these other guys, I mean, sure, Michael Saylor's been caught up to, but Max hasn't. Max,
Yeah.
no one knows how rich Max is or how much crypto he actually owns. But dude, this is one of the wealthiest people on the planet. And he has never really been wrong about crypto. And his message is really quite simple: get as much as you can, as fast as you can, whenever you can, wherever you can. Because if you miss it now, the cost of the ticket later is going to be so high that it'd be very, very difficult for you to be comfortable in that investment. And this is why preloading and front running these scenarios is so important. Sure, it's speculative, but you got to keep in mind, BlackRock has what, $11.6 billion that they have accumulated over the course of the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, the likes of Larry Fink are not going to cost their customers $11.6 billion. In fact, they're going to make their customers 3 or 4 or 5x on that return. And they're not even considering the idea of taking profits until that point, period.
Mhm.
If you look historically back at any major asset that's been new on Wall Street, you'll see exactly how these boys behave. This is why I was giving the warnings about the heavy capitulation coming at the release of the ETFs. And what happened? It's because these guys utilize the same process every time that they enter a new market.
Mhm.
And the biggest difference in cryptocurrency, or between cryptocurrency and the stock market, is in the stock market, they can buy a majority of that asset. They sure as hell cannot do that in crypto.
Yeah.
They just can't. And no matter how hard they try, they can't. Because there are a lot of us that have been around for a long time. Shit, Tuesday's been in crypto. I want to say this is his 3rd or 4th bull cycle. So he's basically been around since the beginning. And we still have the same philosophies in managing that portfolio, with the exception of the execution itself.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
It's true.
Listen, man, that was not a real cop. And when she took her top off, you should have known that.
I'm telling you, these two got into trouble in Vegas. I was innocent, of course, just
Yes.
an innocent bystander. I was standing around the corner watching them, but Yep. Yeah. Anyway,
We
so
almost got him
these
to drink a smoothie with us.
we couldn't find one though, but
Yeah, I'm going back in May.
yeah, May. Okay, May. Pizza, are you going back in May? Pizza's going back in May.
Yeah, Peter should come too.
Yeah, Rob is not gonna miss it this time.
I've got one of my oldest friends turns 50,
Oh yeah. Okay.
so we're gonna party pretty hard.
Okay. Is it the one we had breakfast? Well, no, that's
Oh, no. This is, oh my goodness. Yeah, so that was Dennis.
Dennis.
I've known Dennis for 15 years or so. I've known
Okay.
Ray. Gosh, man, I've known Ray since 2001, so 22 years now.
Okay.
So
Dennis
yeah,
is-
he was one of those. Oh my God, no, it's even longer than that. I've known Ray almost 30 years.
Wow.
I moved into my first apartment with this guy.
Okay.
He was one of my roommates. And it was funny, dude. We got this like LA, Los Angeles, like central LA, Hispanic kid. The whitest, nerdiest kid you've ever seen,
Yep.
and a jock. All in the same house, right?
Yep.
Crazy shit. You guys cannot imagine the good times that the three of us had. But any time that we went anywhere, everyone gave us looks.
Yep.
Like everyone. And then if we took Dante with us, which was like our token black friend, I guess, we would take Dante with us. And dude, we would walk in and we were like the picture of diversity. Okay. Like Trudeau would have had us printed on Canadian postcards. All right.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So yeah, I'm going to go out and party with him. I don't see
Yeah.
him very often.
Okay.
This market sucks, Blaze. There's
This
nothing.
is yeah. It's you have these little pops here and there, but it's fairly slow. But I think honestly, like the entire week, it's been like this, where you have a really slow morning and then something takes over. So I'm hoping that's what happens. APM is doing well. Like it's halted twice at 78%, so that's not too bad.
Yeah.
These are
Well,
some
I
nice.
think CPI really kind of kicked the market in the nuts.
Yeah.
That was a deep red kind of report. So,
Well,
these things happen. The fact that it didn't sell off, I suppose, gives us
that's true.
something to be positive about.
Exactly. I mean, I think we hit new all-time highs after hours, but then we're selling off this morning. So I hope
Right.
somebody else kicks it in the, to zero. Let's have this. Anyways, we'll see.
Yeah, at this point, money flow is kind of stagnating a little
Yeah.
bit. It came in real hard, real fast, and as we see global liquidity start to increase again,
Mhm.
then we'll get some more upward momentum. But damn, dude, in my opinion, we really need a retrace.
We do.
Like, give me 3% on SPY.
Yep.
Even if it's just for a couple of days, give me
I would love
3%
that.
so that we can cool the market.
Would love that.
RSI is at like 7,000 right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's just I don't. Yeah. Anyways, let's see.
But I do like it. Let's go APM.
It looks like it hit a double top though in that candle. It popped
It
above
does.
and then at the so $8 double top and then failed.
Yeah, that's typical dollar, mental
Yeah.
stop. So
Exactly. Yeah. You might not actually have a resistance level there, but just the fact that it's just a nice round dollar sign, it can be a problem. It can be
always a problem. That and the quarters.
yeah. Exactly.
That's all those people that set those what is it, the stop limit cells. I never
Oh,
understood those, but
Yeah, like above the
yeah, exactly. If it gets to this point, sell my position. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
exactly.
if it runs that far, are you sure you don't want to?
Yep. Yep. That's quite the sellout though. That thing is all over the place.
Yeah. Justin's famous for those quick
Yes.
turnovers.
Yeah, Justin's been amazing in Discord. Amazing. There was a story. I think this was back in before we went to Vegas, when maybe a few months before, when Bitcoin was having that massive sell off. there was a story going around that Michael Saylor had a position that was, his entire crypto position would be liquidated around like the 8s and 10s. Was there ever any truth to that?
No.
No. Okay.
No. So Michael, here's what I'm going to tell you. Michael Saylor is a straight up dude, and when he tells you he's never selling, he means it.
Yeah.
He genuinely means it. He there was a time in this world where a group of people created a financial system that was meant to allow a particular group of people to prosper while the rest suffer. And for the first time, we have a financial system, a potential financial system that can't be rigged. And even as time goes on, we're going to see this asset class grow into something that truly cannot be controlled. With the exception of, well, they could switch off the internet, right?
Josh?
And I think that it is wise for people to follow the people that have been in this since the beginning, guys like Michael Saylor, who see the future of it. What happens today with Bitcoin does not matter. There it is, Blaze.
There it is.
Give me those puts.
It's like you called it,
Yeah. It has to happen, you guys.
It has to happen. This is why I keep buying puts. And then I take a loss, and then I go buy new puts, and then I take a loss. It just keeps going.
Dude, my options performance is explosive. It's funny because, like, at the beginning of the year, it's always the same thing. I lose money on options. My account shows it's down, and then at the end of the year, I'll get one of those like crazy options plays. Yeah, like July CLSK $20 calls. I've been holding for, I don't even know, 8 months or so. Yep. And all of a sudden it'll just be like one gigantic candle in the account, and I'm like, yeah, that's all right. It makes it all worth it.
It does. It does.
No, exactly, I was lighting the smoke, Peter. I can't make a call while I'm on the street. I don't want you guys to know that I'm actually, I work for the Fed.
Yep. The FBI. That's a really nice sell-off.
That's beautiful, man. I'd love to see 510.
Yeah, me too. Well, I like to see 500s in the monies, please.
Oh, come on now.
Give us more, Josh. Anyways,
I'm trying to short it for you, Peter. I'm trying to bring it down so you can get some more of those beautiful calls.
Yes.
Give you a good entry point on all your stocks.
Yeah. The fact that, we keep doing this, Josh, the fact that we were at, we hit all-time highs in pre-market. Obviously that doesn't register because it's pre-market. Yep. The fact that we hit all-time highs in pre-market, and yet we're red for the day should be quite selling. Like where these guys want to go.
Oh yeah.
So at least, again, this to me looks like, what this is, like distribution in the middle. We keep playing in that range and selling off. I hope we eventually break down and go to the abyss. But
well, I'll tell you right now, the players are liquidating futures.
Yeah.
And they're doing it in absolutely brutal ways. And they're doing it on both sides, in Wall Street and in crypto. Yeah. These wild capitulation candles that you see, that is what we call creating liquidity. You take somebody else's monies and then you just add it to your pile. And later on, we can throw that in with everything else. Yeah. That's what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
If you guys, listen, we've all been doing this for a long time. And if you guys haven't paid yourself at this point, shame on you. Mm-hmm. No cookies. Here's our $8 break.
Yeah. Send it.
It's got to get above that 840 mark for me to feel okay about it, though.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, no. Rob sent me a message last night. He's like, "I want some SPY puts. I think the market's gonna crash." But
you're right, Rob. I hope you bought those puppies at open.
Yeah, that would have been amazing if he did.
Well, even if you short-sighted them, you're up almost 100% right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Let's see below 513. Hopefully none of that stupid stuff where we sell off and then we go right back to the highs.
Yeah, Jeff, don't worry about the miners, man. Just completely ignore them for the next 6 months, dude. Genuinely. I'm not even looking for them. I will probably go in and buy some more today since CLSK is coming down. But I wouldn't be paranoid about it. Don't sweat it. I know it's hard to watch your money go for a beer. I get it. I totally get it. But don't worry about it. When he comes back, he's gonna bring friends.
Well, just look at all the DC and BTC positions now. Came back with some friends and
That's
more.
exactly right.
Yeah.
No, and it was funny, at the release of the ETFs, I got a slew of text messages. And I'm just like, what is wrong with you guys? Oh, BTC is crashing. It's going to 12,000. I saw this video. Like, okay, if you believe that, what I would do is just set aside all your money.
Yeah.
And every single day that you would otherwise be buying Bitcoin, just put that money aside. Okay. And one of these days, you're going to have to take that pile and buy Bitcoin for 6 times or 7 times what you own it for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sure enough, that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Your 1 Bitcoin is now 0.1 Bitcoin. You don't feel good about that.
Exactly. Wait, which quote line? The one about your money going for beers and then coming back with friends? That's a good quote, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I had to come up with something because I do mostly long-term investing.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of the same stuff Mark does. And you have to have an exceptional degree of patience, and you have to have an exceptional degree of conviction in that investment. Because otherwise it'll rip your heart out.
Yeah.
Every time you see it drop, you're going to get crumbled.
Yeah.
And now the way that I see down days is nothing more than an opportunity for me to buy in a greater position. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't invest in crap, so not too worried about going to zero.
Yeah. Trade crap, invest in good stuff.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Tesla's Tesla really needs a good PR. Really needs a catalyst. Because it's been put together with all the other rubbish EV plays now. People see Fisker crashing and going bankrupt, they think of Tesla. So Tesla really needs to pivot and announce something.
The biggest problem I think that we have right now is innovation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that people had incredibly high expectations for the Cybertruck release.
Yeah.
And how that might affect the overall price of Tesla. And I mean, if you've been around Tesla for a long time, you know that these new releases, they have a little bit of catalyzing effect on the price of the stock. But at the end of the day, it's not enough. It's not enough to rely on a real push forward. So you're going to get these temporary lifts in the price, but as soon as the hype is gone, it's a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event.
Exactly.
And that's precisely what we're seeing with Tesla. This doesn't mean that Tesla doesn't have incredible intrinsic value. It does. It does. And in fact, Tesla is going to be the only gateway into every other commercial product that Elon brings to market, because he will never take another company public. So I think the intrinsic value in Tesla is excellent. But until they really start to innovate and do something new, we're going to see some price stagnation. And I figure we'll probably see it kind of fluctuate between that $100 mark and that $170 mark. And that's basically where it's going to rest until we see them release, their AI platform or their bots. Yeah. That's going to be the next major catalyst for Tesla. And until that occurs, just expect it to be relatively stale. Maybe play some options here and there, or whatever. But for the first time, I shed Tesla shares. Yeah. So, and as a long-term investor in Tesla, that should probably say something. Like, I love the company, I really do, and I love Elon. Yep. But my money's important to me, and there is an opportunity to, get out and maybe wash that into something else with a higher intrinsic value or a more explosive move coming, something to catalyze movement,
Yeah,
I'd rather have it there.
exactly. No, to
BBW.
me, yeah.
Knew you were into those big girls, Pablo.
Is that the name of the stock? Oh,
It
Build a Bear.
is. It is.
Build a Bear. Yeah, that looks nice. Build a Bear workshop.
Now, I'll tell you what, I bought one of those for my son. That is what a brilliant freaking idea Build-A-Bear was.
Yeah.
I pay as much for those stupid teddy bear clothes as I pay for clothes to clothe my own child. So luckily I don't do that kind of thing very often, but
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yes. Let's see what else is moving here.
Look at that. Phone's going crazy.
It is.
Everybody's like, the crypto, it's crashing.
Yeah. BTC. Let me take a look.
Bitcoin's going to 4,000, guys. 4,000.
Yep. And funny enough, it's still above 70.
I've said it repeatedly. Listen, if we break below 70,
yeah,
you guys are going to get an opportunity to buy Bitcoin at a price that we likely are never going to see again.
Yeah.
So it's real important, certainly in this last 5 weeks. If you intend to get into crypto, now's your time. Now's your time. Once we pass the halving, gloves are off, guys.
Yeah.
Once retail starts to come into the market, where we are right now, we're at 12x the supply of produced Bitcoin every day. Once retail comes in, if they come in with the same fervor and the same degree of cash inflow that they did just in the previous bull market, that cash will equate to approximately $160,000 to $190,000 Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be preparing right now. If you have the intention of getting into the market, these last few opportunities below 70,000 are going to be all you've got. All you've got.
AOKV West. This is Josh. Tippy James. Where's Tippy James from? Don't tell me it's a movie, because then Pablo's gonna roast me in the chat.
Colorado. That's where I live.
Okay, Tippy James. Good.
I live in what used to be one of the most beautiful states in the nation.
Yeah. No, Pablo. I don't know what the other part means. I've just heard the initial part a few times.
Hey, Wes. Good morning, bud.
Yes. Yeah, that 840 here for APM is becoming a problem. Oh, just 850. A little bit of a problem. Come on and break it.
If I had two things, Aurelia, that I would invest in right now, they would both be crypto. One is Bitcoin, the other is Solana.
Yeah,
those are my two top investments right now.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin, my Bitcoin position is about double what my Solana position is.
Yeah, no. So here we are in Vegas, and we're driving down the highway. Peter's at the back. I'm sitting at the front. My head is almost touching the roof, right? So just because
almost touching the roof, he says.
Yep, that's how tall I am. And you want to know what Josh is talking about the whole time? BTC and Solana. You want to know the prices? You want to know the price of Solana at the time? It had
$70, I think. No, $40. $40. I think we were at $40.
Yeah, exactly. Like it had gone from like $8 to $30, and Josh was excited. He was bumping it. Well, it's at 170 now. So.
Yeah, I'm not crying.
Yep.
Let's be honest. I'm not sad about my position.
Yep.
What makes me sad is that I don't have more people that I can full-time play golf with.
Yep.
That's a sad state of affairs. Blaze was going to be my Canadian connection. I bet you guys have great golf courses up there.
We do. You should come to Canada.
But you got to work full time because you didn't listen.
Don't worry. Soon. Yeah, no, that was Vegas was nice. Just just the conversations was good.
FSR. Blaze, to pull up FSR.
FSR. That's the I think
hello, brother Daniel.
Yeah. these guys they announced that they filed for bankruptcy. So half of the
Um,
bankruptcy.
well, I mean, given that case, Tom, listen, man, I understand that bankruptcy plays oftentimes will make that like final spike,
Yeah,
but those aren't plays that I particularly like because it's too high risk for
it
me,
is.
and there's not enough upside
Yeah,
typically. So I don't play them personally, but I mean, it's worth a crapshoot as long as you keep a really tight stop loss.
exactly, exactly. Yep.
Oh man, the stream would never be the same if Dan left. You know that?
Yes. Well, Dan is kind of stuck now, so. But oh, Amber, yeah, your question earlier. Noah comes on when Dogecoin is pumping.
Yeah, always,
Yeah.
always. It's hilarious. If Dogecoin goes 1 penny, you can bet that Noir is going to show up in here and be like, Doge to the moon.
At the moon.
Somebody asked about Doge earlier, and I wanted to make a comment about that. Look, the association of Doge with Tesla should not entice anyone. Okay.
No.
Look, at the end of the day, meme coins are meme coins and nothing more. Just because Dogecoin has a single use case doesn't mean that it has value, guys. You know, and I recognize the power of meme coins and that gains can be made in a really extraordinary way. I get it.
Mhm.
From an investor standpoint, my money doesn't touch that stuff. But from a momentum day trader standpoint, oh, I'll eat those rises all day long.
Yeah.
But I will keep my limits on both sides very clear and set in stone.
Yeah.
And like I don't get the hopium. You know, if it falls and I lose a little bit on the trade, I'm not going back in. I'm not going to try it again. I don't care how explosive it gets. I'm fine to sit on the sidelines and watch something run. Because the last time both of them ran, the Doge and the SHIB, what happened? What happened, guys? It ran up crazy and then it sold off.
Mhm.
And if you get caught in the middle of that trade and you don't have a program that gives you active stop losses and stuff like that, you're screwed, man. And it's going to cost you a lot more to get out of that trade. So for me, again, from an investment standpoint, I don't care for memes. I don't want anything to do with them. I'll trade them when they're running, and that's it. Otherwise, my investment capital goes into real projects with real use case and long-term efficacy, where they're going to have some sort of a niche that they're going to be filling for a long period of time. I have no interest in watching something run on a news catalyst only to have the damn thing sell right off to where it was after the news catalyst. I'm just
announcing or do an offering on you.
Oh, hey man, listen, it's one of the reasons that I'm getting out of the stock market completely. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. The amount of grotesque manipulation in the stock market it's just beyond me. And because it creates a frustration in my life, and I'm at the age where I get to eliminate my frustrations, I'm eliminating that frustration. Like at one point in the next 12 months, I will no longer have a stock portfolio with the exception of USA. That'll be all I will hold.
Yeah, I think it's interesting you say that because like I mentioned earlier, Jonathan is coming on to Monday, and he has that experience, you know, as an ex hedge fund manager. So we get to ask him all these questions, market manipulation and whatnot. So that should be fun for the people.
Well, and one of the questions I think that we should talk to, or that we should pose to Jonathan is what does he intend to do? What does his organization intend to do to prevent that from occurring? You know what I mean? And a lot of this stuff is going to be speculative coming out of his mouth anyway, because, well, it hasn't gone to market yet, right? So, but I think, putting his feet to the fire and seeing what he has considered as, defense mechanisms is going to be pretty important for my long-term outlook on it too.
No, it should be good. I'm excited.
I am too. The opportunity to get in on anything groundbreaking or brand new, always intriguing to me. And at the very least, I always throw a little bit at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you never know what that $100 can turn into.
Yep.
You know, shit. I put $100 into SHIB in the last bull cycle.
And it did well.
Well, yeah. What did I burn that night? Like $3,500 worth of freaking SHIB.
It was
a substantial amount of SHIB.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot.
It was a lot of fun.
Well, there's nothing better than starting a campfire and throwing in your hard-earned money.
Yeah. I think some regrets.
No, it's not a regret. Not by any stretch of the imagination. We made a lot of good friends during that period of time. So I'm not.
We did.
I'm not sad about it at all.
No, exactly.
And I got a T-shirt out of it. Yeah, you know, how could you beat that? Genuinely.
You got T-shirts?
I do, of course. I wore it when we were in Vegas, even.
Oh wow, yeah, you did. Yeah, Shiba. Yeah. Huh. Tom, so I mean, think about it this way: like it's a company like FSR will never put out an official. It doesn't have to be official. These things are usually like in the process of bankruptcy. But think about like the destruction in shareholder value. I don't think a company would be willing to do that, to say, oh, we're going to announce bankruptcy or we're filing for bankruptcy and not do it. Right, unless something magical happened. It's very rare for a company to do that. Right.
And the other side of it is you have to keep in mind that so from the Wall Street perspective, you cannot release press releases for no reason whatsoever. Okay, they would consider that manipulation and could delist you for it. Right. Because essentially you're sharing fake news. CEOs have gone to jail for making false statements and manipulating their stock prices. So when they put out statements like this, you absolutely take them at face value. If they're saying they're filing for bankruptcy, doesn't matter if the bankruptcy's been completed in the court. If they're filing for bankruptcy, they're bankrupt. Okay, they don't have cash in the bank. They have no way to capital raise. They're not selling enough to maintain their operation. They're going out of business. These aren't plays really where you should be putting your money. Like don't bet on the losers. You bet on the winners and you let your winners run. Until the winners get tired, you let it play out. But betting on the losers is always going to put you in last place. Always. And while you may get a couple of wins here and there, the majority of the time that's not going to pay off for you. So as you continue to do it, you're implementing that as part of your strategy. And I think that's going to create some really, ill feelings when it comes to investing. I've seen a lot of people destroy themselves like that. And a lot of it comes down to that get rich quick kind of attitude. Oh man, that's only a penny. It could run to 4 cents. That's 300% profit. Yeah, maybe. But what happens when you go to sell your position and maybe you get a few shares at that 4 cents, but the rest of them sell for a penny? That's exactly what happens with this kind of stuff, you guys. It's a really rare occurrence that you're going to be able to make good money playing on a crap co. I mean, aside from getting in when it's in that initial go,
exactly,
and you ride it, and you get to play out some profits, but you sure as hell don't hold on to it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So what you're saying is stay away from bankruptcy because of this?
Jaden has $1 bill, 1 quarter, and 2 pennies. How much money does he have? Jaden broke.
Oh man, I like that kid. I want to meet him.
Me too.
I want to be friends with his parents. Dude,
Me too.
That's awesome. That's almost as good as the Just Business kid.
It is.
Just Business, father.
It is. The 10-year investment chart in Discord, which one is that, Gil? I mean, honestly, if you look at any 10-year investment chart, it looks really good. Looks really good, especially over the last 5 years, with a lot of retail coming into the market. So,
well, if you guys want to hear a crazy stat, so if you if you DCA'd from the moment that we peaked in our previous bull cycle, now going back to crypto because I'm addicted. But if you just DCA'd $100 a week from the previous all-time high and continued to DCA until today, you'd be up 190%.
Wow. Monies. So DCA from 69 all the way to 15.8 and then back to 72. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, dude, think about it this way. We had a 7-month period of time where we were below 50,000 before we even started to rise again. So all of that money in that 7-month period, $400 a month, $2,800, all the way to the bottom. Then we got we got almost 3 months of sitting between 15,000 and 17,000 before we even left to go to 20. We got another month in the 20s. We got another month in the 30s, another 2 months in the 40s. All of that money going in there, just a simple DCA. This is my savings money. And it would have been a simple win, a really simple win. This is why I maintain the DCA process at all times. It doesn't matter what the price is today. I'm trying to do something for a few years down the road. And it works. It is 100% effective.
It really is the safest way to do it. Trying to pick the tops and the bottoms is just not worth it when it comes to stuff like this.
Absolutely. Well, in Aurelia, that's true. I can look around the market and think to myself, gosh, if I had only, right? So I heard about Bonk. I want to say it was 3 days old. And somebody mentioned it to me and I was like, you know what? I don't play meme coins. I don't invest in meme coins. Maybe I'll get in on the momentum. And dude, Bonk ran, I want to say Bonk was already up like 6,000% before I even that's a 60x. But because that particular sector isn't really what I'm looking for right now, I'll get into the meme coin plays and the crazy like 1,000% runners. I'll do that during the bull cycle. Right now, my strict focus, my only focus is positioning. Because again, the bull cycle hasn't even started, you guys. People thinking to themselves, we're up, 300% on Bitcoin. So what? Did you know that on an average, it takes 18 days for Bitcoin to double after we reach an all-time high? 18 days. So the idea of running 2 or 3 or 4x, it's meaningless to me. Because the potential for the gains is the 20, 30, 40x. And then when you get into these new like DeepIn projects and all of these new narrative projects that are coming into the market, now you're talking about 2, 3, 400x. And sure, meme coins can do 10,000x and all that other fun stuff. But I dare you to try to be the lucky one that actually picks the right meme coin.
Yes. Hey, Stuart. I think Stuart mentioned near a few days ago when it looked like it was breaking out. That was a really nice shout.
Yes, man. And you know what? For those of you guys that have been holding on to near for a long time, congratulations. Good job. It got so stale and it was so hard to hold for a while, but near has amazing potential. Amazing potential.
Near. True. Yeah, today we have these random breakouts, but nothing really holding as it should.
And Marinade will be my DeFi play on the Solana network.
Which one?
Marinade. MNDE.
Okay. Marinade.
That's cool my name. DeFi play.
Yeah, it's a cool name. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it seemed like a good place to put my money. If I want my money to taste better, I need to put it in marinade.
Let it marinate?
That's right.
The longer, the better.
That's right. That's right. If it marinates for 6 months, it's going to be like a dry aged steak.
Yes. PRST.
Yes, Aurelia, you're absolutely right. That's one of the reasons, again, that's one of the reasons that the DCA process is so effective.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to worry about tops and bottoms.
Yeah.
On the average, you're not going to be DCAing into the bottom. You're not going to be DCAing into the top. You're going to be DCAing somewhere into the middle.
Yeah.
Which gives you a little bit of movement in both directions, and that's fine. But if you've got the long-term prospectus, and that's really kind of your focus, then it doesn't matter what happens today. 6 months from now, it's going to be 10x what it is today. And we haven't even reached previous all-time highs with virtually any of our altcoins. You know what I mean? So we got a long, long, long way to go, guys.
Monies.
Yeah, they really are, Stu. It's one of the reasons that I'm bullish on that project.
Marinate.
Yes, exactly, Stu. In fact, I think you were the one that I talked to about Marinade before I even got into the position. It would have been holidays last year, so maybe October, November or so last year. And I appreciate your tutelage on it, man.
I don't appreciate Stewart in fantasy.
No, Kodo, I said MNDE. It's called Marinade.
Marinade Finance. If you type that into like CoinMarketCap, it should show up.
Yep.
Yeah.
CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial. If you're going to be in crypto at all, you must have bookmarks on both of those. Yeah. And then the newest tool that I have added to my toolkit is called Morales Money.
Okay.
It was created by a guy, Ivan on Tech. He's big time crypto player. And he's actually a crypto developer. So, his insights on his channel are really, really wonderful. But this particular tool that he's created, like Blaze, you got to get you some Morales Money. Morales Money. Yeah. And you don't even, and right now, honestly, I would pay for it right now because they've got the 70% off deal. Normally it's like $1,500 a year.
Okay.
But this tool is phenomenal. You want to know about new coins being printed. You want to see where the money is flowing into. You want to see what's, getting shorted into the dirt. It has all of those metrics that you can go in and set. And it's spectacular. Like if you want to get into ICOs and all that other stuff, Morales Money has the DD on that.
Oh, okay.
Freaking awesome, man. And lots and lots and lots of alpha that they provide each day as well.
Okay. I like it.
Oh, it's a great tool. Even if you just use, like, you don't log in or anything. Even if you just use the bubble tool, it's phenomenal.
Okay.
There is literally nothing going on this morning. Everything's just like, it's profit-taking day.
So there's not. I hope we have the rest of the week like that. It's profit take.
I would be okay with that. What I would really love to see is some of this profit-taking capital go into Bitcoin, but that's just me.
Yep. And
look at that beautiful bounce off 71.5. Holy cow!
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right, kids. I'll be right back. I gotta go refill my coffee.
Okay, sounds good. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already. No more slacking, okay? Smash a like if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not a member yet, come join us in Discord. TVK, yeah, that's the... Anyways. I wish I went through with buying Bitcoin at 15s. You bought two, but wasn't fully educated with the cycles recently. Jeffrey, did you ever get back into Bitcoin, or you just gave up on it? CCTG, sure. Yeah. So again, make sure you mark it on your calendars, okay? I keep you in place. You do. Make sure you mark your calendars, okay? Monday at 11 Eastern time. I think it's 8 Central or something like that. So again, the CEO of I'm gonna post the name of the company in Discord. So he's gonna come on and talk about the company, and then again he's an ex hedge fund manager. So he, you can ask him questions about the other side of the market. The criminal side. Alrighty. So again, 11 on Monday. Don't miss it. Don't miss it, because Monday is going to be fire, and it's going to set up a new era of hot rates. The momentum side, but also the investing side, right? So it should be a lot of fun. And I've actually always wanted to bring someone on that is, that's been a market maker at some point, because we get questions like these all the time, like, oh, is the market manipulated? Can they see my stop loss? What does that really mean? Okay, do they short my stocks? Questions that everybody has. I think if you have questions like that, yes, we're going to talk about like his company, but then we can also talk about the other side of the market, right? So that should be a lot of fun. So I'm excited for that. Excited. And yeah, excited. Anyways, and so he's gonna be a part of the community as well. He joined Discord, by the way, and he was really impressed by how much of a community we are as a family. Because we were chatting, and he goes, I like that. Your community is set up in a way where like no one's trying to take advantage of anybody else, right? He's like, I joined and I could see people trying to help each other, which was amazing. So and I told, and that was our biggest point. Like we're more of a family here, so we don't want the crazy pump and dumps. We don't want like the other crazy stuff. We just want to help each other. So yeah, short AVGO and NVIDIA, lazy. Sure. Yeah, I mean, you can. You can. Good morning, lazy. You can. It would have been nice if you did it a few days ago. That might have been better. But let me take a look at what's the S&P doing here now. S&P bouncing. I bet you we bounced a little bit. Yeah, we did. I hope we break below the bottoms again, though. We actually sold up to 513.30, which is nice. Very nice. What's Nvidia doing here? The has been real, Stuart. It really has been. It really has been. So yeah. So we should we should bring more. We should do more projects like this where we bring people on. So yeah, should be a lot of educational fun, right? A lot of educational fun. La, la. We've had some we've had some. And when I tell you that, like having him in Discord is going to be a huge benefit. You yeah, you have no idea. So just some of the things that were mentioned like during the call as yeah. Anyways, we've had some interesting times, but yeah. We all hate Jeff. Well, that's because well, has Jeff sold CISO yet? I bet you he hasn't. He's only gonna sell when it's red. Jeff, you're still in this thing, right? I mean, at least for now you're green, and you should stay green. So I think you're still okay. But yeah, yeah, smash a like. Let's get to 100 likes. Yeah, la la la. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, no, Josh is still on. Josh is gonna be yeah. I'm telling you, I've been wanting to have Josh come on for the longest time. I and so now he's gonna be on more, which is amazing. Uh, yeah. Was that yeah? That was Josh, Stu. That was Josh. I mean, he's not gone yet, so he's not gone yet. Josh is gonna love. Yeah, good to see. Yeah, Josh is gonna love Jonathan's Discord name. Gonna love it. Love it. It's almost gonna be like a. Anyways, yeah, Josh is amazing. Josh is amazing. So amazing. Like Josh said, only if I listen to Josh, I would be. I would be. I would be rich now. But anyways, AUST. Let me take a look. AUST. Yeah, APM could not break out. So it looks like we rallied and we stalled around that 840, 850, 860, and then just sold off. Yeah. Nice to meet and see Josh, Mark. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I like where we're going. I like it. But you're rich with love. I am rich with love. That is true. Especially as a community. You're right. So yeah, APM hit resistance and then backed off. So whenever you see stuff like this that's stalling at the top, you want to be very careful, right? This looks like as much as we talk about distribution on a bigger scale, this looks like distribution on a smaller time frame, doesn't it? Right. So if I pull up this chart, so kind of look at like accumulation and then like the advance and then the distribution phase. It looks very similar to what's happening here, doesn't it? Before the sell-off. So when you see stuff like this, again, it really doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at. When you see stuff like this at the very top, you want to be very careful, right? You're better off letting it break above and close above, so you have a new phase now for a potential rally than trying to buy stuff like this after a run up, right? So yeah, be very careful. And MicroStrategy on that awesome dip, Mark. Yeah, Mark has been buying some iBits and MSTR. Let me take a look at AUST. I'm not sure what your position is. Nosotros says, no, you're rich. I'm rich in love because we have the best community ever. Um, and yeah. Anyways, what's your position in AUST? Let me know. Who asked that question? Nova. Okay. What's your position in this stock? Because it looks like it's done really well. 60 cents would have been really nice. Right? So now we're approaching resistance here. It looks like we've talked about this one in the past, judging by these circles here. So your next resistance, it looks like it's $1.50. Nova. So let me know where your position is. Alrighty, it looks good. Looks really, really good. La 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 la. Oh, BMR. BMR. It's funny how these names keep coming up together, like HOLO and BMR. Yeah, BMR broke out. Well, quite a while ago, but yeah, it looks good too. I just want to see what this thing did yesterday. Yeah, that's where that supply zone is coming from. Yeah, it looks nice. You almost want to see that thing come back and retest 880 and see if it stays above. You're in at 98, 96 cents, Nova? Okay, congratulations. It looks good. Looks really good. La, 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 la. Okay. Alrighty. BMR. What else is on the scanner here? Yeah, it looks like the markets are rebounding. Markets rebounding. Let me take a look at IDAI here really quickly, as APM is still selling off. Maybe watch the 200 for APM. Alrighty. IDAI T stamps. It's one of those AI names we've talked about. It just hasn't done a whole lot though. I do like that it's holding $1, but that thing really needs to get back above the 200. Really needs to get back above the 200. Okay, I'll keep this one on watch, and we can come back. Question for you guys in the chat. Don't look. No, it's really not doing much, but it's holding up, which is good, at least. Right? Ayo.
Yo.
What's the top price for BMR? I know there's a seminar next week. Well, I mean, no one can really give you. I can't really predict that price for you, Chung. You're asking me to look into the crystal ball. What's going to be the top price next week? I don't know.
1 gajillion, quadrillion, bajillion dollars.
Exactly.
It's going to go 900 trillion% today.
Yep. Exactly. So try not to predict, please. Please and thank you. How's you're asking the same question, different stock, Chung? CCTG. Not bad. Question for you.
We don't really do price targets.
Exactly.
We don't operate that way.
No. It's especially not for stocks like these ones. You know, these pump and dumps.
No, the strategy is always the same. You know, if you get into a play and it goes profitable, you put a stop loss and you chase your profits with a stop loss.
Exactly.
That's how we play these.
Exactly.
There's no top end. You know, we of course we have ideas of what our target would be for selling, but at the end of the day, we're going to play the play as it's playing out.
Exactly.
You know, I have no interest in trying to tell the future.
Yeah. The issue
with the exception of Bitcoin. I will do that every single day for the rest of my life.
Yes. The issue with that too, I find, is, you know, regardless of what a stock is trading at, let's say a stock has gone from, you know, from 2 cents to $10. If you tell someone that the target is $30, it really doesn't matter what the price is. You know, they're gonna buy it at $10 because they're like, oh yeah, you know what, it's going to $30. What's $10? But then you forget that it's gone up 1,000% already, right? So.
Yep. And this is actually, you guys, genuinely, this is why they write those JP Morgan changes price target from $11 to $14. It's a bunch of bullshit, guys.
Yep. And
you know, my target price for Tesla is $10,000.
Yeah.
Does that make you want to buy it? Okay, maybe from me it does.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. Not with that kind of a promise.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what, you know, that's part of the issue with AMC back in the day. Is AMC had gone from $4 to $70s, but then when people look around and they're like, you know what, the price targets are $100, $1,000. What's wrong with buying at $70?
Sure.
But you're buying at a huge premium without a stop loss, and then diamond hand. So. It's
all just a game. The fact of the matter is, you know, the big kids that play this game can play the long game, and ultimately, even if their main position's at a loss, it doesn't make a lick of difference because they're loaning those shares out to be shorted, and they're making money on them either way.
Yeah,
you know, this is the disadvantage of the market, the Wall Street market, versus playing in something like cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny you say that about loaning and whatnot, because that's something that, you know, Jonathan brought up as well. Why these companies do offerings is they win both ways, lending shares, and they know that the information that you know what's coming. So
that's right. That's absolutely right. And ultimately, if they know that a company is crap, they can throw money at the company just to pick up those options, and they can short the damn company themselves. Yep. And not only do they make the money on shorting, but they make the money from lending the shares to themselves.
Yep.
It is a sick and twisted game, you guys.
Yep. Win-win for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, if you've got 10 million bucks, you can manipulate the market too. It's not hard. It really is not hard. Find an asset with low volume, get yourself a nice little position over time. Do what Zach Morris always did. You go in, you buy something that's not moving at all. You get yourself a sweet little position, and then you go and dump $1 million in a single trade. And at that point, it's going to push the price absolutely through the roof because nobody's there to sell. And then once they start selling, you've got a couple $1 million to back that up so that you can show buy volume. and then you're going to get some FOMO into it, and then the FOMO takes over your capital investment, and now you're making all of that capital, all of that liquidity is coming from those people outside of the market.
Yeah.
And as a prime example, I'm going to give you a perfect example of that. There was a company called CalOBios, and a few of you guys would be familiar with this. Martin Shkreli went in and sneaky style bought up 80% of the total float of CalOBios. KBio was the ticker.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went in with a couple $1 million and brought the stock to life.
Mm-hmm.
This was literally 48 hours before they were going to lock the door on this business.
Mm-hmm.
Then he put out a news report that I own 80% of the float and have no intention of selling a single share. And what happened? CalOBios went from, I want to say it was at 3 cents to $54. And all from a single small group of investors playing the game. And the crazy thing is, they put Martin Shkreli in prison for it. They put him in prison for manipulating the price of a cancer drug. But ultimately, they didn't care about that until what he did with CalOBios.
Mm-hmm.
Because he played them.
Yeah.
And all of those shares that they had short ended up upside down. I mean, he costed those guys millions, tens, hundreds of millions of dollars potentially.
Yeah.
So it's really not that hard. And if you understand how easy the game is to play, you'll understand why it is that I'm trying to move away from Wall Street.
Yeah. And then that's why Zach Morris ended up in jail. Jail. Please and thank you.
Jail. That's exactly right. I mean, dude, look at what they did to Martha Stewart. You know what I mean? And literally, dude, that lady made like 10 grand on that trade. It wasn't even a big freaking deal.
Yeah.
You know, and they put that woman in jail for, I think 3 years or 4 years.
Oh, wow.
But freaking Larry Fink, man.
Yeah. That's wild.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yep. That's wild.
You know, I guess the other prime example of being able to manipulate the market is what Dave Portnoy and all of his friends did with AMC and GameStop.
Yeah.
You guys should have done what Dave did, which was buy in low and then sell that $70.
Yeah. Go.
And speaking of apes, don't please, pretty please with sugar on top. Anybody listening to my voice right now, stay the hell away from AMC.
But why, Josh? They're going to the moon.
Oh,
AMC,
bro.
building new theaters. They're announcing record revenue.
It's that meme, Blaze, the one with the Earth on the left and the moon on the right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's going up, and then it says to the moon, and it's just a red candle down to the moon. You know,
Yep.
it's that meme right there.
To the moon.
I feel so bad for these people. Like my little brother, God bless him. You know, he's such a good kid, but he's pretty easy to manipulate. And man, he got into that whole AMC thing, and he was doing so well in his account, and it literally wiped him out.
Oh yeah. That's very sad.
Yeah. For a kid that doesn't have a lot of money, man, to lose all of it, like it was devastating.
Yeah.
And he's still like, oh, dude, it's gonna get another squeeze. It's gonna get another squeeze. And I'm like, damn, was the grenade wound you suffered last time not good enough for you? You need to lose both of your arms and both of your legs before you figure this out.
Yep. And the part that's really sad is, you know, when you listen to Adam Aaron talk, he sounds very optimistic, and you know, it doesn't seem to him like anything's wrong. But then again, he's in a position of like having made a lot of money, and he's benefited from all of this. So yeah, but very sad.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about these CEOs, you guys, and ultimately you can scrap the news, you can forget about the CEO, you can forget about their staff and their COO and all their news reports. If you really want to know whether or not you're investing in something good, look at their financials.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their earnings reports over the course of a 5-year period, the previous 5 years of performance are going to tell you everything you need to know about the company.
Yeah.
And if that hasn't been improving over the last 5 years, certainly over this last 5 years, then you're in the wrong place. And you need to find a more secure place to put your money.
Yep. Oh yeah, Dan, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh man, I mean, look at the response when we were watching the earnings call.
Yeah.
Look at all of the apes that are still out there. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna get a new flavor of popcorn.
Yep.
Like, bro, you guys are $10 billion in debt. Do you have any idea how many pounds of popcorn you have to sell?
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
The entire state of Iowa does not grow enough corn to generate that kind of monies for AMC. Even if they gave them all that corn for free.
The debt would still outweigh the money they make over the next 10 years.
Yeah.
But
it's coming, Pablo. It's coming. Just hold on tight, buddy.
Delulu. Yeah, that's a lot of Taylor Swift, and I know he was name dropping, first name basis, Beyonce and Swift. Taylor, you said? Yeah.
This is the funniest thing. Like, okay, I understand the idea. Like, I have concerts on video, so I get it. Okay, it's cool.
Yeah.
But I watch them at home, right?
Yep, exactly.
I'm not exactly sure what would possess someone to go and watch a concert at a movie theater. Now, granted, for like, okay, a Taylor Swift, because of the immense following that girl has, if they were to do like live concert streaming, I suspect AMC could fill some theaters with that.
Yep.
There's no doubt. Not at all in my mind.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those people, especially considering the fact that you can see the concert at an unbelievable discount from the price of the ticket. So it's sort of an intriguing idea. But damn, dude, if I wanted to go to a concert, like I want to go to the concert. I want the electricity of that kind of an environment.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. I don't see it being a lasting gain for the company.
Yeah, I think AMC also announced, was it yesterday? They said something about streaming. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah.
They're too late in the streaming game.
Yeah.
Way too late.
Yeah.
There is no one else that's going to be able to enter the streaming war. Period.
Yeah.
Period. Amazon Prime and Netflix basically own the entire genre.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they said something about streaming the Olympics, which I don't know why anybody would want to go to AMC and watch the Olympics when you can sit at home with, and watch the Olympics. I don't know why.
Exactly. Like you're not getting exclusive Olympics coverage, AMC.
No. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I have to admit, man, with Simone Biles coming back, I'm all about watching these Olympics.
Yeah.
That girl's a little badass. And the way that they treated her last time,
yeah.
Well, I want to see that girl come out and win 12 freaking golds.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Like, I'd shove all that bullshit right down their throats, man. Nothing would make me happier.
Yeah. Sit at home with AMC popcorn. Exactly. You can have the popcorn and stay at home.
Yeah. I can buy the popcorn at Target, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Walmart. Yeah.
Oh, is it Walmart? I don't know.
Yeah, Walmart. Yeah. Yep. A video at home, maybe. Exactly. I don't think people, especially after COVID, I think people are just way more comfortable sitting at home now. And so I don't know why AMC doesn't understand that though. If you look at every other company out there, like the Nikes and all the other big companies, they're looking for ways to get to people at home.
That's right.
Whether it's Nike looking for the metaverse so they can sell shoes as you're in the metaverse at home, not having to go to the store. AMC doesn't get that.
Dude, Apple closing Apple stores, guys.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, I mean, when in the world did we ever think that was going to happen with a $1.5 trillion company?
Yeah.
And they are. And the reason for it is that the retail locations just are not drawing guests like they used to. People don't want to retail shop.
Yeah.
If they can just as easily sit down at their computer and order it and have it show up at their front door.
Yeah, exactly.
And unless that's an emergency situation, there's just no reason for them to go out.
Exactly.
You know, and I have to say, I have mixed feelings about this because I really like the fact that people have been sort of forced back into that mold of spending time with their family. You know, I really like that.
Yeah. Exactly. Nosotros was saying how he enjoys you being on. Me too, and Nosotros.
Hey, right on, guys. I'll come and hey, listen. I'm always willing to come and hang out. I have a relatively relaxed lifestyle. Coming into the spring, it's a little hard because I've got a big property that I have to prep.
Yeah.
But other than that, I love being on with you guys. I mean, shit, I've been here for 30-ish months, I think.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
Long time. I freaking love you guys.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, I love you with my heart.
Yeah.
You know, you people are my family.
Yes. That she can't find anyone outside. Oh wow, really? At the park? That's very sad. Yep. I don't think
that is sad, Kodo.
Yeah.
For the kids, it is very, very difficult. And one of the things that my wife and I have done, because we homeschool our son, and one of the things that we do is we have got, you know, play dates that we set up with his cousin and another really good friend of ours. So that it kind of helps, but it certainly isn't what it used to be, and it's a sad state of affairs. You know, we need to get rid of these damn cell phones. That's what we need.
Yep.
Get people back in each other's faces, like hugging each other and shaking hands and saying hello and kissing each other's faces. You know, get back to humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. That'd be good.
Exactly. Let's see. Arthur, welcome to the community. I'm not sure when you signed up, but use this invite link at the bottom of the chat. Click the link and then just follow the steps in the Getting Started channel, and you should be good to go.
Go with her, Kodo.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, honestly, it's my best piece of advice. Go with her. Be a kid.
Yeah.
You know, take that opportunity to like get out of your adult skin and just go be a little kid for a while. It's really good for you. It's good for your spirit. It'll be good for her spirit. You know, and I know you're busy. You're a mom. I get it. You know, but those things will make a big difference for both of you. I love you too, buddy. That's my son.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
I've got one of my older boys here. You want to come say hi?
Sure, yeah. Not exactly in the most.
That's okay. Hi.
Look at that. His kid is in a robe.
I
Guys. Freaking bathrobe.
Love it. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well.
He's normally at work at
Okay.
6 o'clock in the morning, but we were supposed to get a blizzard.
Okay.
But I haven't seen even a flake of snow, and it's a little too warm to be snowing. But they told us we were supposed to get 18 inches today.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is the only reason Pablo leaves the stream is when his wife is calling him.
Hey, Pablo, I wouldn't deny that request either, brother. Let's go.
In a few months. In 25 years. Wow. Congratulations, Pablo. That's amazing.
It's that. Hey, that's amazing, dude. Congratulations. That's wonderful.
Pablo says, see you guys later.
Much love, brother. Much love.
See you later.
Hey, listen, you've got a lot. You got a lot to lean on. If after 25 years of marriage, you still have that kind of spice, dude. That's beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Troy, it's nice here too, man. Like, I mean, for a winter weather, certainly, and being in Toronto, I imagine that 7 Celsius is an incredible temperature this time of year.
It is. It is. I don't think. I think what are we at today? I mean, we're getting minus. Is that -3? Yeah, -3. So you enjoy that because we're not in the 7s. But I think
you could move out of the Arctic Circle, Blaze.
Yeah, that's true. It gets warmer though, which is good.
It does. Summertimes. I've heard summertimes up there are absolutely amazing. So I want to get up and visit Kelowna.
Kelowna? Ooh, Kelowna is nice.
Yeah, beautiful, man.
Too
I'm
bad
all about the lakes and the mountains and the forests and stuff. That's kind of my spirit world right there. So yeah, I got to get up and check that out. Like the little island airport and all that. It's just such a cool looking place, man.
Yeah.
And the skiing up there looks phenomenal.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we should plan a ski trip.
I mean, I can't ski anymore because of my knees.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
But one thing, I will definitely go and play in the snow though. Like I'm all about. You guys do tubing and stuff like that on your ski mountains?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. See, that's how I would spend my day.
Yeah.
And the advantage to that, of course, is you get cold, so you got to have a couple of hot toddies.
Yeah.
And after a couple of hot toddies, skiing can become difficult. But tubing, oh no, all you got to do is plant your butt in the tube and you're good. You can do that with several hot toddies.
Exactly. Nova Scotia, yeah, that's like that's the part of Canada where people have different accents. Nova Scotia. Santa Claus, yeah. On the weekends I help him out with the presents, shoveling of the snow, stuff like that. Yep. Nova, yeah. Dedicated to a crypto and crypto mining. Oh, cool, very cool.
Dude, I could put Nova and Jeff to work immediately.
Yes, the tallest elf, Dan. The one that's 5'11".
Right, top shelf elf.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Blaze, could you grab that for me right there?
Exactly. Exactly. See? Yes. Oh wow, the market has completely died.
Oh, it's dead, dude. It's dead. Everything is in bridge life mode right now.
Yeah. My goodness.
I'm loving it. The panic on the crypto side is absolutely hilarious right now.
71.4. Yeah. BMR does look like it's curling off that demand zone, but that seems to be the only thing that's curling. It's the only thing.
And look how slow the volume is.
Yeah.
Like for something that's moved 22%, I would have expected much higher volume than 10% of float.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yep. In the snow, yeah. No, that's good, Koto. It's good for both of you, like Josh said. Good for both of you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Koto, anytime that you get to just be a kid, like I as much as I hate the digital life, like I make sure every single day, Munchkin and I, before he goes to bed, Munchkin and I sit down and we play this mega baseball game that we have on the Xbox. And, spending time on the weekends, just doing kid stuff. Like get out of your adult skin. It's such a pain in the butt to be an adult all the time. And it's so much fun to just shed all of your responsibilities and act like a kid.
Yep.
Like screw the bills, screw dinner, forget about the little chores. I'm just going to be a little kid today.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of offerings, Josh, one of the stocks we talked about this morning, these guys could not even wait for the market to close. They just did an offering a few minutes ago. Like, you know what? Why wait? Why let the stock crash before we do an offering when you can do it now?
Yeah. Well, and it really makes you wonder, what caliber of people do they really have running these companies?
Yeah.
When their strategy for diluting their stock includes nothing more than a 20% or a 30% rise in their stock price.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you guys lost your damn minds, is it just your intention to perpetually keep your company in the red?
Exactly.
And that's literally what occurs. You guys, this again, it's yet another reason I only invest in good quality companies, period.
Yeah.
Momentum is momentum. You got to pay yourself, take your profits, and don't think even for a second that something that's running out of moonlight isn't going to drop a freaking offering on you
Yep.
the moment that it reaches the sunshine.
Exactly.
It's going to happen every single time, 100%. Well, okay, not 100% of the time.
99.9.
Yes, exactly. Like well into the vast majority.
Yeah. Josh does have an amazing voice, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. He does.
Welcome to Hot Trade.
But then again, Josh has done this though in the past. So
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I was in social media for 6 years.
yeah. So
It stole my life away, put 38,000 miles on my truck. And I've been all over this country. I've done meetings and gatherings of anywhere from 100 people to 30,000 people. I've been all over the place. I was part of the Freedom Campaign during Trump's presidency, and then into, of course, the disaster that we've had this last 4 years. And yeah, it basically ate all of my time, but reminded me that I live in the greatest country on the planet, period. And I have the greatest countrymen that exist. And I will tell you right now, my favorite people ever are my Cuban brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, dude, they are my favorite people. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Them and Puerto Ricans too. Puerto Ricans, basically anybody that's come from the islands, you know, the communist islands, and come to America. I freaking love those people.
Oh yes, Rob. Commercials. Yes. I don't know why we but that's because, well, okay, going forward, if we have to do commercials, we have Josh to do them.
Oh, I'm happy with that stuff. Yeah, voiceover stuff. That's easy stuff.
Yeah.
NFTs. I'll be honest with you, Dooms. I don't know why I haven't, but I haven't really looked into NFTs much.
Yeah.
Mainly because it's kind of separate from my investment portfolio. It's a totally new kind of niche.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm still positioning, I just don't have the additional capital to really throw into it. What I would recommend is have some conversations with Stu. Like Stu has got his finger on the pulse of crypto.
Yep.
And sure, there are things that he doesn't know either, but he would probably be a more reliable source for those kinds of things than I am.
I agree. Stuart, Gary, especially with
Dude, Pangolin going crazy. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Wes, yeah, that one did really well this morning. And then came back down a bit. Came back down. Are you still sitting in the car, Rob? Rob is he's at a conference, so he's been busy all week with running around and whatnot. So
I love conferences, man. They're a blast.
yeah.
I mean, the presentations are boring as hell, but being able to network in an arena like that it's wonderful, man. Wonderful. You never know what kind of offshoot of your career you're going to end up with when you meet people at those things.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. Let's see. Networking, yeah, it is. Yeah, Doomsday. Yep.
Well, especially for a guy like you, Rob, because I mean, you're kind of a self-made man.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good way to get out there and not just simp your skills, but some of the tools that you've created. I can't imagine that the only thing that you've programmed is just the badass toolbox that you gave us.
Yeah. No, Rob works on some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some very cool stuff. Hey, yo, Yi. This is Josh, by the way, Yi. Most of you guys know Josh. You're just not familiar with the face or the voice. But this is Josh. Yeah. Yes.
Nah, Yi's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Talk about conviction in investment, man. Like Yi's killing it right now.
Yeah, no, he's done really well. Yeah, he. I think at some point he posted a testimonial, and he said something about. Let me see if I can find it. He said in the last 6 months of being in the community, he started with $2,500, and he turned that account to $11,000.
That's exceptional.
Yeah, so he's done really well.
Just exceptional.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, it's all about base hits, guys.
Yeah.
If you're out there looking for the home runs, you're going to strike out more often than not.
Yep.
But if you're just going out there to put the bat on the ball,
yeah,
you can crush these markets, man. you can crush them. You know, have realistic expectations.
Exactly.
You know, what's the ratio? I want to say it's is that you've got to make 7 trades at 10% to double your money.
Mm-hmm.
And 10%, guys.
And you can do it. I mean, most of the plays we talk about give you at least 10%.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Justin is a really prime example of you know, that fast-paced system and how well it can work out for you. Like he'll trade 2 or 3% profit and be happy with it.
Yeah.
You know, and granted, he may have to trade a higher number of times than we do.
Yeah.
But he's still making that same degree of profit.
Yep.
You know, and he's probably doing a better job of protecting that investment capital.
Exactly.
So those tight thresholds, man, they can really, really serve you well.
Yeah, exactly. And when you do stuff like that, it eliminates the need for you to FOMO. I feel like the reason why a lot of people want to jump into these names that are going crazy and buying at the top is because they look at this and they're like, it's going crazy. It's up 300%. I think it's going to go up another 300%, right?
Yeah.
So if you're looking for small base hits, it's gonna take away the FOMO.
It does. Once you emotionally, once you eliminate that desire to try to chase gains, once you completely eliminate that from your strategy, it's going to save you a phenomenal amount of money.
Yeah.
You know, when you're patient enough to sit back and let that play give you a proper opportunity to jump in, like that's really what we're looking for. That is what Blaze absolutely excels at, you guys, is watching the action in the chart and finding those opportunities for entry. Because it isn't always necessarily about getting the max cap gains. It's about, did I get a good entry? Did I secure my capital? And did I pay myself when it was in profit?
Yep.
And if you maintain those 3 legs of the tripod, then for all intents and purposes, you're going to be a very, very successful trader.
Yep.
The moment that you allow your emotions to even play into your strategy, that's the moment you lose.
Yep.
So, you know, it's got to be tight thresholds, low expectations, and maximum paychecks. You know, maximum number of paychecks, not the maximum amount in one paycheck.
Yes.
But many paychecks at a time.
Yeah. Yep.
That's beautiful, Rusty. 78% is a badass win ratio.
It is.
Just saying.
And I think Rusty joined Discord maybe a month ago, which is amazing. You know. So
Gail, I utilize 2 tools for that. So I have my Trust wallet. Now the majority of my portfolio is on my ledger, because I don't touch what I keep. Like all of that profit that I'm putting or that I'm leaving it behind in my plays, all of that stuff goes to my ledger, and I keep that in cold storage. That's my long-term holdings. Anything that I trade, I typically trade on Coinbase. And then those trades that I'm making, if they are longer term trades, because I don't like centralized exchanges, I will move those positions to my Trust wallet.
Yep.
So if I'm not actively trading something, it's not likely in my Coinbase. So like when I'm posting my Coinbase account for you guys, that portfolio in those screenshots, those plays are the ones that I am actively trading. So, and you'll see some of those positions that I hold in my long-term portfolio also in Coinbase. The reason for that is because that Coinbase account is what's building my portfolio for me. Essentially what I do is I'll buy into a play. I'll get into profit at some point or another, because I have longer time horizons. At some point I will take some profit out of there, or take my initial investment rather, leave my profit behind as a free position, minus a percentage, because I want to take a paycheck for the hard work I'm doing, right?
Yep.
And then I will leave behind the profit, and then I will take that capital into another project, or I will utilize that capital for when that asset that I just took the profits from comes down a little bit and I find another good entry. And that's how I've been expanding my portfolio. And then anything extra that I'm keeping for the long term, that profit position that I'm keeping for the long term, transfer to Ledger or transfer to Trust Wallet.
Yep.
One of those two. But I try not to keep anything that I'm holding onto in a decentralized or in a centralized exchange. And the only reason that I do that, not that I'm paranoid about this occurring, okay, especially with Coinbase being a publicly traded company, I'm not necessarily concerned that my crypto will disappear or that they'll sell it out from under me and just put the money in my account. But it is a possibility. Okay. And I do not lend possibility to anyone. Okay. Not to anyone when it comes to my money. Okay. Because it's not my money I'm working for right now. This is my children's money. If only our government were so concerned about our children's futures, right? But that's why I maintain it this way. So I've got my Trust Wallet and my Ledger to maintain my long-term holds. And then I utilize Coinbase strictly for generating profits and building those positions so that I can send them off to Ledger or Trust. I'm sorry that was such a long-winded answer.
No, that's good. That's I think some people need to hear that. I think you talked about this earlier, setting stop losses in crypto, Josh. What exchanges allow you to do that with the stop losses?
Well, Coinbase Advanced will allow you to do that. I've been using that a ton, and it's highly effective. The fees are remarkably low. In fact, I haven't found a single wallet that allows me to trade with such low fees. I mean, it is basically 10% of what I pay to do the same exact trade on Trust Wallet or within MetaMask. So, and I do use MetaMask also for picking up like the meme coins and stuff like that. When I get into that process, I'll be utilizing that program a lot more.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Coinbase. Yeah, Coinbase has had two little glitches now when when it was time for Bitcoin to sell off, which is interesting.
I'm really glad that you brought that up, Blaze, and for for our community, just so that you guys understand. And I made a couple of comments about this, and there's a lot of commentary going around about Coinbase and the fact that they glitched twice. Well, just so that you guys understand, the volume that Coinbase is doing now is more than 100 times what they did at the same period in the previous bull cycle. So from a technology standpoint, so that it's really easy to understand from a technology standpoint, Coinbase is still a web-based company, okay? The infrastructure improvements that they've made over the course of the last few years have been exceptional. But no one could have predicted a 100x increase in capital inflow. No one. No one. Only Larry Fink himself knew the degree of cash that was going to come into these ETFs. And the other side of it, just so that you guys understand this as well, the volumes have continued to increase day over day. And yet, Coinbase is not crashing every day. So if you're concerned about the infrastructure at Coinbase, don't be. It's a company with billions of dollars in capital that they can invest immediately into infrastructure improvements. So over the course of the next few months, as we really enter the bull cycle, because again, we haven't even really started. As we enter the bull cycle, Coinbase will have already improved their infrastructure to such a degree that you're not going to have to be concerned about that, except for on days where everything is getting hammered and all kinds of stuff is breaking down. I love the fact that they fudded Coinbase so hard, despite the fact that if anybody's been around for more than one bull cycle, we all know Coinbase ain't the first. It's not going to be the last. And certainly the chains have gone down just as much as Coinbase. So with all due respect to the market, you guys have to understand it's a new sector, guys. And until recently, we haven't had the capital inflows that has allowed the entire sector to truly scale with the degree of demand that they were going to be facing in this cycle. So be patient. Allow these things to kind of play out. Let's not forget that Facebook had these problems. MySpace back in the day had these problems. Apple, I will never forget. I will never, ever forget, dude. Steve Jobs standing on the stage with Woz, right, trying to get their Apple IIe to talk. It was a disaster, you guys. And now Apple is one of the highest value companies on the planet.
Yep.
Because they were able to capitalize and improve. So just give it time. Give it time. We're at the very beginning of this stuff. Nobody should be getting paranoid about the technology that is on the forefront of the industry, because these people know that they need to fix it. Coinbase doesn't make money unless you can trade on it.
Yep.
So they're going to do absolutely everything that they have to do to get every penny out of your pocket that is possible. And in order to do that, they're going to improve their company with every penny they have.
Yep.
So just be patient. Coinbase is going to be a wildly valued company in the next 2 years. I mean, we're talking about absolutely ridiculous 100 PE, or a 120 PE.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's price to earnings. If you guys don't, if you guys don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a long way to go, and I don't want anybody to be scared as we hit some of these initial speed bumps. They're going to happen. Just be patient, allow it to work, and give yourself a break if in fact you've gotten to that point where the paranoia is starting to affect the portfolio.
Yes. Yes. Let's see. Your question, PRPL. Can you look at for an entry, a long position? I mean, so you've had 2 nice red days, which is good. So what I like to look for when I look for, for these red days and when to look for positions is I will usually look for the previous day and then look for today. So you can kind of see how yesterday the bottom was $1.55. So if you buy this thing again, maybe $1.60 isn't too bad, but you just have to make sure you don't let it go below this level, right?
Yeah,
You never,
where it is on the chart right now, it doesn't actually have support.
exactly.
Like one wick does not indicate any degree of support.
Exactly. So you're trying to guess based on the previous day's candle that level becomes a hopeful base, right? So if you do 160, you cannot let it go below 155 because then you might actually go test a base somewhere, and it's not going to be at that price.
Right.
So you want to be speak of the devil. It just went below 160, so maybe just give it time to actually consolidate and have a stronger close. Have a stronger close.
Oh man, dog whiff, 43%. Holy cow!
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, they're in the top 100 now.
Yeah, I like to pull up the top 100 and just leave it up, but look at this.
That is a totally adorable Shiba Inu, though.
It is. Isn't it funny how the top gainers there are projects with some interesting looking pictures, GIFs, or whatever you want to call them.
Well, no, the funniest part of all of this, Blaze, genuinely, is the fact that it's a Shiba Inu. Until a few years ago, I don't think most people had any freaking clue what a Shiba Inu was.
I don't think so.
I
don't think so. Now we have so many projects with Shiba Inus.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. Floki, Pepe, Whiff. For goodness sakes. No, I will say, just for the record, I did play Pepe. I did play Floki. And I completely missed Dog Whiff Hat.
Okay, yeah. Dog Whiff Hats.
And ultimately, I'm not sad about a single penny of gains that I may have missed in these completely worthless meme coins.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, you guys, you have to understand the only value in these meme coins is the money that you're putting into it. Yeah. And the moment that somebody decides to pull the liquidity, they're taking your money with it.
Yeah.
So I need people to understand that. The opportunity is exceptional, but the downside is also exceptional. So you've got to be really cognizant about where your money is going, where it's headed when you're sitting in these meme coins. Oh, yeah. I've seen them run unbelievable numbers, but I've also seen them in a single day shed 50 to 70% of their total value in a day.
Yep.
So, and since, again, most people don't have something that they can set stop losses on crypto with.
Yeah.
Dude, you go to work, man.
You come back rich or you're crying.
Yeah, and God forbid that happen on payday where your losses from your crypto exceeds that paycheck you just got from your boss, you know.
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
seen it. I don't mean, listen, I don't mean to shit on meme coins. I understand a lot of millionaires are being made from it, and God bless those people, man. I pray that they're philanthropists with that new wealth.
Yeah.
You know, screw your Lambo. You know, go help your brother find a place to live or something.
Yeah.
You know, but for what it's worth, I mean, it's such a rare occurrence.
Yeah.
You know, one of these days, maybe there'll be a time when we all know someone who became a meme coin millionaire. But bro, that's not today. You know.
And you think about it too, for you to be able to hold that meme coin and make millions in it, there's a really good chance you're going to be greedy and let it come back to zero, which I've seen people do.
Yeah, Stu, I mentioned that. I actually mentioned that earlier, and no, I didn't. So the Sphere in Vegas, I got to tell you, just after experiencing it,
Yeah.
I got to tell you, this is the biggest waste of money I've ever seen in my life. You guys, it is so stupid. Like, it is a cool idea, but the fact that they made it a reality, you can't imagine the degree of stupidity. The amount of money that they spent on that graphic abomination that sits in the middle of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. They could have built 1,000 homes for homeless people with that money.
Yes. Yes. Let's see. Maestro, welcome to the community. Welcome. Here's your invite. So click the yellow link at the bottom of the chat and come join us in Discord. Okay,
Yeah, Aurelia, I definitely agree with that. 100%.
Yep.
You know, it's the idea that, you know, you can throw in a little bit of money and you can have like 1 billion coins. You know, people love that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the size of the position doesn't make a lick of difference. You know, just because you can own 1 billion coins, you know, you can use Shiba Inu as a prime example. You know, unfortunately, people that bought in at the peak, they were still able to buy 1 trillion coins for $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Did it matter when it came down 90% over the next 3 months? No, it didn't matter at all. So again, you know, it's one of those things. If you're not in early, you're chasing. And I mean, I'm sorry, but that's not a strategy for investment. It's not.
Exactly. Let's see. Just gotta check the emails.
Oh, Hot Trader, you are right. You are right.
Let's see.
I have firm beliefs about money. You know, money is a tool, and when used correctly, it is exceptional, extraordinary what you can do. A house is nothing without a foundation. So you should spend your time utilizing your tools to build foundations. You want to change the world? Change the space around you.
Yes.
Yeah, well, MINM.
You know, it took a few candles. It took 10 minutes to go up and 2 seconds to go back down.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Everything seems to be a pump and dump today. I mean, especially when you get into the supply zones, you want to be careful anyways.
Well, and I'm just going to say this flat out, you guys. There is a major capital redirection occurring right now. Like, people they're not paying attention, man. They're not paying attention. Look, the top 5 companies, the CEO of the top 5 companies on Wall Street sold more than $1 billion each of their stock.
Yep.
Okay. This is outside of their typical pay gap, like where they take their shelf shares and pay themselves. Okay. This is outside of their tax reimbursement. These are independent sales of stocks they owned. These are not the shelf shares as part of their compensation. and they are redirecting that capital. And you have to ask yourself, where? There's only one other place.
725 double. Yeah, be careful because that thing. Yeah, watch 7. It's halted down. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Oh,
Halted
it's going back to $6, dude.
halted down. Be careful. Yeah, today just seems like one of those days.
Well, I don't understand why Thursday became a profit-taking day.
Yeah.
Are they just trying to throw us curveballs now? Is that?
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, it's usually the Friday, right? People going for the
exactly.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, like Friday open. It's time to write paychecks.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. I wonder. Yeah. Triple witch tomorrow. Maybe they're just pre-selling for that then. Getting
What do
ready.
we have tomorrow? I'm sorry.
Triple witching with all the options, everything expiring, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can always bet on the witching hour, buddy.
Yes.
I say this every time we come up to futures expirations in crypto now.
Exactly. You can always expect the chaos.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and it's been a nightmare lately, man, because they keep liquidating our futures.
Yep.
Like on both sides.
Yeah.
These single wick candles that span, $4,000 on Bitcoin, dude.
Exactly.
Wipe the slate clean on a daily basis. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're getting rid of all the recent longs, futures leveraged longs.
Yeah.
Well,
now the big narrative is they want to bring options out for the crypto ETFs. I think that'll be a disaster.
Yeah. That seems too much volatility.
I would prefer that they just leave it as it is. I mean, I love that we have some way for normies to get their hands dipped into the Bitcoin cookie jar,
Yeah, exactly.
But if we start throwing options at that whole game, now we've got leverage plays on top of leverage futures, and it's just, dude, it's going to become a stock game.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when you get into that heavy leverage position, we're going to see capitulation that's going to drive you absolutely berserk, and it will bring a degree of volatility that really we typically only see in cryptocurrency at the end of the bull cycle when people are trying to capture their money.
Exactly.
So I don't want to see that on a daily basis. I do not want to see Bitcoin turn into freaking SPY.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's like, dude, every metric in the whole world leads to, the whole market's supposed to implode. We all buy puts because that's what all of the metrics definitely lead to. But what has happened? It runs
to the moon.
And we all get liquidated.
Exactly.
Bastards.
Frank, good price to get into Solana. I think, you just have to go back to Josh's initial answer. It's for getting into crypto, you just have to DCA.
Yep. It's the only safe way in right now.
Yeah.
If you're truly convicted, if you've got a chunk of money you want to just throw into the market, and you're willing to sit on it for a little while, just buy Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's your safe play, guys.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is your safe play. That's your gold standard of crypto, right? That's where the store of value will exist within the crypto industry.
Yeah.
So if you're coming into the market now, come in softly, wait for those really big sell-off days, and then you can go in a little bit heavier. Yeah. But otherwise, just maintain a DCA. If you got 10 grand, break it up over, 4 weeks, 2,500 a week.
Yep.
And take $500 a day and just buy your positions every single day. Because at the end of that month, you're going to have a real good idea of where you stand and how effective your DCA is.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
And ultimately, if you've got your cash on the side, that capital waiting for those sell-off periods, you're going to get that. Yep. I can't assure you of what that dollar value is going to be, but you will get those down days where you'll get the opportunity for a safer entry than trying to chase it while it's going up.
Yeah, exactly. If you have $1,000, XLM, I mean XRP, hold for a month, and you'll be a millionaire.
Bro, if you think XLM and XRP are going to make you a millionaire, you got another thing coming. I just want to tell for anybody that's interested in XRP, let me just give you the lowdown on what occurred.
Yeah.
So that entire project was created to eliminate the requirement for us to be involved with federal banking, central banking system. Now it is literally the tool of the central banking system. So with all due respect to XRP and Brad Garlinghouse, they can choke on a bag of dong as far as I'm concerned. He completely bastardized his own project. And if you think XRP is going to be the coin these banks are using to transfer wealth, dude, you've lost your mind. Like they literally created their own cryptocurrency so that they could do that. And sure, Ripple is going to have value, but that value won't come to realization except for in a stock. And maybe the stock will drive the price of the coin itself. But for those of you that are looking for $40 and $50 XRP, if your community can manage to push it to that level, congratulations. But if you're counting on that, no, I'm sorry, man, you're going to be sorely disappointed. You are going to get gains. There's no doubt. Because XRP has a massive community behind it.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, the entire principle of the Ripple project has been completely destroyed. And for somebody who is an advocate for freedom and removing these puppet masters from my life, I mean, I vote with my feet and I vote with my wallet. And certainly XRP ain't getting nothing but the lint. And Stellar Lumens, dude, Stellar Lumens is the same thing. You know, everybody said Stellar was going to go to $10 in the last cycle. Dude, y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. This is like AMC all over again, but in the crypto world.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
And if you want the truth of it, look, man, at the end of the day, if XRP was really the project that people think that it is, when they created, after they finished back testing the entire central banking network, XRP would have had some sort of a lift. They didn't. Why? Because none of the important money is buying them. Period.
Yeah.
XRP is not going to be a global exchange currency. It's not going to happen. Get over it. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. Mm-hmm. They will create a coin. All that Ripple is doing right now is providing the ledger technology. And sure, that will pay them some benefit of revenue. But what you guys were expecting, what all of us were expecting in that project, and let me tell you, I owned millions of XRP. Mm-hmm. I don't have a single one now because the entire project was completely deferred from what it was originally intended to do. We were supposed to be that exchange coin where all of that wealth would be attached to the XRP ledger and our coins would have an intrinsic value based on the total TVL. That isn't going to occur now. And that hasn't been a reality for more than a year. Not since they finished the central bank testing in the UK. So pretty pleased with sugar on top. This is what I was talking about with realistic expectations and knowing what you own. If you don't know what is actually going on inside of Ripple right now, you need to do some DD and stop listening to these assholes on YouTube who tell you you're going to become an XRP billionaire. No, you're not. No, you're not. Ripple does not have that kind of a use case. It's nothing more than an accounting book. It is literally the equivalent of like an Excel spreadsheet. And if you think that's going to make you a millionaire, dude, you could create that ledger all by yourself on your computer right now.
Amber, okay, sounds good. Enjoy the sun. The sun is important. I hope it's sunny today so I can go outside for a bit too. Yeah, I don't think we have very. We will hop off in a little bit so I can go do some one-on-ones as usual. Merker, are you in Discord now? Let me know because I know you joined.
Boy crypto.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the asshole that also told us we were going to $200,000 in the last
Oh yeah,
bull
that
run.
was yeah, I remember that.
They were literally like 3 days before the crash of the market.
Yeah,
All of those jackwits were out there like, oh, we're going to 100,000. I swear it. We're going to 100,000. I swear it.
yeah,
And all the meanwhile, their followers are buying in while they're cashing out because they knew that we had reached the peak.
yeah.
This is
Yeah,
why you
but
go to the hot trades and you don't watch all that other garbage on YouTube.
no, exactly. No, so Merker, if you let me send you a link if you haven't already. Make sure you're in Discord. Not yet. You haven't received the link. Well, this is your link at the bottom. Click that link and then follow the steps in the getting started, and it should open up the rest.
Trisha, I did not. One of the people from our company did. And he spent the day up in a tree out in the mall. And so we had some really extraordinary footage, like firsthand footage of what was going on that day. But I informed everybody when I heard about what was happening. I think it was probably the 1st, January 1st, maybe New Year's Eve. I instructed everybody not to go. Do not go. It's a setup. It's going to be bad news. You know, after the summer of love, we knew what was coming. So at that point, like I said, I just instructed everybody, stay the hell away from that place. It's going to be toxic and people are going to get in trouble. And sure enough, here we are. And, you know, we've got a couple of friends who have literally spent the last 3 years of their life sitting in a prison cell without even being charged. So I guess it is what it is.
Yep.
Best country in the world, certainly not the freest.
Let's see. Oh my goodness, yeah, Tesla is gone. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm looking maybe for some 140 entries into Tesla.
140s for Tesla? Yeah.
Because I don't really feel comfortable until, I mean, this support zone that you're looking at right now,
Yeah.
I think is a really strong support zone, but I don't feel comfortable buying in that close to the 150 mark because it's such a mental gap.
It is, isn't it?
You know, and look at that gap down from there, dude. We're talking about $25 each.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big one. No more politics, please. No more politics, please, and thank you. Otherwise, it gets wild.
Everything is politics, and all you people that are sensitive to words, I gotta tell you, I got no patience for weakness, man. We're all adults, okay? And at the end of the day, politics rules everything. The money that you're making on this channel comes from politics, okay? And if you're so sensitive to what's going on in the world, you may want to start to examine how clean this is. Because if you can't take people that don't agree with you, you got no business being out in public. I'm just saying that, period. This whole, you can't say that shit. You can shove it. I'm an American. I got a First Amendment. I will speak my mind, whether you like it or not. If you don't like me for that, then don't be around me. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I love all people. You can do you. I can do me. We can even disagree and be best friends. Yeah. One of my closest friends, a guy that I spend a month traveling the country with every year. He is a diehard vote blue, no matter who Democrat.
Yeah.
Okay. And dude, we are the best of friends. Do we have some heated debates? Oh yeah. Yeah. But we still love each other. And it don't matter if we don't agree. Yep. It is what it is. We get to walk this earth, man. I don't hate you because you don't agree with what I agree with. I don't care. Let's just have some fun. Let's have some discussion. And I mean, the fact of the matter is people don't talk about anything anymore, which is why everybody's become so damn hateful. Yeah. Because you if you don't talk, you can't find any place to agree with anybody else.
That's true.
And yeah, I understand. It's an investment channel, and I don't want to get on to politics, but I'm so tired of that comment. Do your politics. Get out of here. Yeah. Politics rules every aspect of your life, even when you're at home, sitting at your dinner table with your family. So let's all stop being sensitive, okay? Grow up a little bit. Let's be adults.
conversations are important. As long as people are willing to, have a have adult conversations and not fight. I think,
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
yeah,
I think all people want the same thing for everybody.
yep, I agree.
So at the end of the day, the only thing that we really disagree on is how we're going to get there.
Yep.
And dude, what kind of disagreement is that? Like, how much of an argument can you have? You got two roads to choose from. They both go to the same place. How much of an argument is it really going to be to figure out which road you take?
Yeah.
So, I'm not about breaking shit down. I'm about building shit up.
Yep.
And I will never, especially as a grown ass man, I am never going to allow somebody to tell me what I can and cannot say.
Yes. Noir, there's Noir. Noir says, I disagree with everything. Noir does.
He does. He does, except Doge.
Except Doge.
Doge must be running. It's the only reason he ever comes in here. Is Doge up?
Noir, a little longer and talk about stocks. No, I have to. We have to hop off in like 5 minutes so I can do some one-on-ones.
Did you have a question, Kenny? Is there something in particular that you wanted to know about?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know, and then
we got nothing to look at today, you guys. Like, today was the perfect time for me to come in because
it was actually, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah.
It was.
We got nothing going.
Yeah, it really was.
Hi, Nemo. Yes, this is Josh.
Yes. It's been amazing having Josh on. Amazing. We've been waiting for this forever, Josh. Next time, no more slacking. No more slacking.
Well, yeah, Michelle tried to talk me into coming on the stream when she was doing the early morning streams last year.
Yeah.
And well, dude, Rachel and I decided we wanted to travel. So it was like, oh, this is just bad timing, Michelle,
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, Sammy, the easy way to fix that, honestly, is stop yelling at each other. That's it. Just stop yelling at each other. Like you can talk to each other. You don't have to be angry. You know what I mean? And let's just be honest. There's no such thing as one side or the other. There are Americans and then there's the government. Okay? Americans all want the same thing. We all do, genuinely. Yeah. But our government fucking despises us. Excuse my language. So at the end of the day, we're all pointing fingers in the wrong direction. We should all be focused on the same enemy. And it isn't you and me.
Agreed.
Oh, you can't follow me, Cedric. You can follow me here. I live on Hot Trades. Like I belong to well, that's not true. I do belong to another community, but not for trading. And I have no social media presence anymore. They kicked me off of Twitter and Facebook because of my COVID research. So
any last questions, guys, before we hop off? And yeah, you can come join us in Discord, Cedric. Stop slacking. We've been asking you forever. Come join
man, come, dude. I mean, at the very least, just get the minimum membership just so that you've got access to the Discord.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we don't, just because you don't have all the tools in the Discord doesn't mean you're going to miss out on all the opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll miss out on several, but we're still a very vocal bunch, and I think we spend the majority of our time doing one of two things. We're either roasting or we're educating.
Yep.
So,
yep, that's it.
Kodo, don't even get me started, sweetheart. I've got about 1.5 million pages of documents that I could send your way. All of the research that backed the Barrington Declaration, that was our group. All of Jay Bhattacharya's research came through our group. We were on the cutting edge of all of that information, and it's been a very difficult 4-year period.
Let's see.
SPRD we already did, actually, Mr. Pink. Where's SPRB now, Blaze? Is it still kind of just squatting? Yeah. still just kind of parked. I'm not really sure exactly what to say about that. I mean, it's kind of parked on a demand zone. There's virtually no volume on it whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, it is in kind of a rising uptrend, but still without volume, I just don't see the value in it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're going to preload because they have some sort of a catalyst coming up.
Yeah. Yes. Let me take a look. Yeah, let me take a look at that. BTC. Yeah. I mean, like BTC at 70 will be really important, right?
Yep.
There's a solid demand zone at like around 70. So
correct.
yeah.
And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm really hoping for a retrace to 60 so I can just soak up some more of them sweet biddies.
Yeah.
I hate it, man, because it's parked right around my limit, my buy limit. And granted, I bought a few biddies the other night while it was parked just above 70,000, and they're doing fine. But I really want some cheaper Bitcoin. Yeah. I didn't get my 40% sell off.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm still waiting on that. Spy and I, dude, Tuesday and I have been waiting on this sell off literally since the ETFs were released. Yeah. And both of us have like a mountain of cash just waiting, sitting on the sidelines, but we can't do a damn thing because it just refuses to sell.
Yeah. What do you think happens into the halving? I know we've had, theories and things like that. What do you think happens? Run up, sell off? Yeah.
So from a retail perspective, a lot of the retail is going to be selling profits right before the halving. So we're going to have a lot of retail shedding their Bitcoin, which will be hilarious because naturally we'll be there to soak it up, and they'll get stuck chasing. I don't suspect that we see any of the kind of activity that we saw in the previous run. One of the reasons that I'm not relying on charts to tell me what's going to happen in Bitcoin in this cycle is because the capital inflow that we've had is so far in excess of what we had even at the peak of the cycle last time that I don't see the capitulation. I don't see it being capable of capitulating the same way that it has previously, which is what provided us with that 40 or 30, 40, 50% sell off prior to the halving or just after the halving, so that we could get into those cheap positions before it really took off on its parabolic rise.
Yeah.
I don't think that we see that. This is another reason that I am sticking to my DCA philosophy because I genuinely do not know. With the amount of capital inflow that we've had, you guys, this entire market is 180 degrees from where it was the previous cycle. So I am playing as though we aren't going to get the sell-off because big boys do not like losing money, and they've paid way too much for a lot of the Bitcoin that they've accumulated over the course of the last few weeks. So I think we're going to see a stable market versus what we've seen in the past with minor capitulations that will be nothing more than opportunities to reposition or to expand positions.
I like it.
Yeah, Willie, I was talking about this earlier, and I mean, the problem that I have with Tesla, like I was saying earlier, is it's the innovation piece. I think the Cybertruck wasn't a flop, but it is not turning out the way that we really expected it.
Yeah.
And ultimately, certainly because the vast majority of my friends are hardworking blue collar people in the construction industry, there isn't a single one of them, not a single one
that
has been even remotely interested in EV as a vehicle. So again, the Cybertruck is just another novelty. It's going to be the same as the Roadster. People that can't afford them will buy them as that novelty or maybe as their daily driver, but the vast majority of people, first off, can't afford them, and second of all, they're not going to be able to meet, or they're not going to have a manufacturing demand that generally is going to even make that line worth it. Tesla shot themselves in the foot. And I mean, I'm just being plain about that. The lack of innovation in Tesla is going to stagnate the price of their stock.
Mhm.
And until we get the release of the AI, or we get the release of the bots, or the release of the Roadster, which, like the Cybertruck, will be a temporary rise in stock price. I don't know. I see them trading between the $100 and $170 mark
Mhm.
until some sort of innovation occurs.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, and in person, the Cybertruck is hideous. It's absolutely hideous. And dude, the fit and finish on the car or on that truck is horrifying. It's horrifying. The fact that it is bullet resistant, cool, but you better hope that they're not shooting at you with anything bigger than a 9mm. And I know this for a fact.
Yeah, I see. Like, I don't know what the. I mean, it's cool as a, to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think anybody really buys it for.
Yeah, I watched a video just yesterday, and the dude put a 20 or a 17 caliber bullet right through the door of a Tesla
Really?
or the Cybertruck. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
17 caliber. It's barely bigger than a 22. Barely bigger. It's got a sharp point on it, so maybe that helps a little bit. It travels at 3,500 feet per second, which is exceptional velocity.
Yeah.
And it passed through that door like butter. The 9mm, however, it did stop the 9mm in the 22. So maybe the 45, because it's such a large bullet, maybe it'll stop that.
Yeah.
And well, it has to stop that because it was a Tommy gun that shot at the truck in the Tesla commercial. So it'll stop a 45, a 9mm, and a 22. But anything else, it ain't stopping it. The glass is not bulletproof and unbreakable. In fact, the glass that they talked about at the release when he threw the ball and it broke the glass, that glass never made it to the production model. And it is a sad state of affairs for all those people that took ball bearings and wanted to test the rigidity of that glass because they had to replace a $1,500 piece of glass.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to shit on Tesla. I love Elon. I love what he's doing. I love the company itself. I love the fact that Tesla is going to be the gateway to all of Elon's other innovations.
Yeah.
But if people don't view that gateway the same way that I do, we're not going to see the same intrinsic value or those same intrinsic estimates come to life that maybe we expected before, because the interest is not for Tesla, it's against Tesla. Elon made the mistake of walking against the grain, and now he has the most powerful people in the world that will do anything they can to destroy him and his companies.
Yup.
And if you want some insight on that, even CNN is reporting on it. So there's a lot of headwind against Tesla, and the only two tailwinds, we have no idea when they're going to be released.
Yeah.
So that's where I stand on it.
Yeah. I mean, I said this 2 months ago when I had that Tesla position, when it was testing the 200s, the entire market is hitting all-time highs and Tesla is hitting lows for the year. That's just not something I want to deal with. Like, I like Elon, but
yeah, I mean, you have to, you still have to play within reality. We can have all the expectations that we want, but at the end of the day, the chart's the chart, the action's the action, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yep. Exactly.
And until Tesla until Tesla rebuilds the fan base, and really gets advocacy behind their investment or behind investing in them, they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle. And I mean, we may see an occasional break of that 200 up to 240, and maybe that'll be a 50% or 60% gain. But you better cycle those gains. Because I think we're finding ourselves in another channel kind of an environment. Yeah. And unless we see some sort of like crazy activity where, shorts are getting walked one day or whatever, it'll be temporary. Yeah. And we'll work our way right back into the channel.
Yeah. My overbroken phone. Put your phone away from the sun. Please. Yeah, let's see if Tesla gets to 140 maybe. But
okay, yes, I absolutely agree. The vast majority of people that own a Cybertruck are not likely to be getting shot at by a 9mm bullet. You're not wrong. But I got to tell you, the fact that a car won't rust doesn't mean anything to me, being in a place like Colorado where we have nothing that corrodes vehicles.
Yeah.
So that isn't enough for me to strike on $140,000 price tag for that truck. And I'm a huge fan of toys. I have toys. I love them. They're a blast. But dude,
But it's fast.
That's not even a feasible toy, you
It's
know?
faster than the Porsche, Josh. But
Oh
it can-
my God. You know, I gotta tell you, I've driven all those cars, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure what possessed him to make that commercial. And the Cybertruck is pretty quick, but just the other day I watched a Cybertruck race just a stock 911.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not faster than the Porsche Turbo, guys. The stock 911 was right on his rear quarter panel. So with all due respect, the whole thing is just a mystery to me.
You know
Like,
what's interesting?
It's
You know what's
bullshit, is what it is.
At the track, my fastest time was on the 911, I think, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Actually, no, Blaze. I think your
Really?
fastest time was in the race car.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the last car you drove, wasn't it?
It was the last car.
Yeah, that McLaren. Oof, I gotta tell you,
McLaren was nice. It
I
had a
can't even get in that car.
What are you saying, that I'm short? Unbelievable.
No, not at all. Not at all. Just that I am a giant of a man, and
Yeah.
those cars are not made for
Yeah.
big people.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot to be said for that whole the adage about, you know, the compensation. You know,
Yeah.
I don't need compensation. I'm huge as it is.
Yeah.
I drive a big truck not because I want a big truck, but because I don't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
The Ford Ranger is not going to take these 6-foot legs.
Yeah. Let's go, Stuart. Just my own 2 feet. You know, these 5'11" feet. What can I say?
So at the track, they have adjustable pedals, so you can just unscrew them a little
This
bit,
is not true.
pedal back, and tighten it back up. You know?
This is not true. This is fake news.
We had an entire mechanical staff there to adjust the cars for Blaze.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, let me run. Let's Josh. No,
Yeah,
this-
go. Hey, I got a lot of love for you, Hot Trades. It was great to see everybody today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll make sure I stop in more often.
Yeah, absolutely. This was good. I enjoyed this. So when you're not busy, let me know. And yeah, this was good.
Oh man, well, I mean, I'm stuck in my house probably for the next couple of days. So
Okay. Sounds good. Absolutely.
right on, guys. Much love, Hot Trades. Have a great day.
Have
God
a
bless you,
wonderful.
Blaze.
Thank you very much, Josh. Thank you. We'll chat in Discord.
I look forward to it.
Alrighty. Okay. Much love,
Later,
guys. Bye, y'all. Bye, guys. Bye. Be safe. Bye, Noir. Bye.